Howdy, everybody. Hello, Rika. Hello, Ray. Hello, Phantom. Welcome in. Welcome in. Marriage tomorrow? Hell yes. I wish you the absolute and utter best for you tomorrow, Rika. Several buffs next patch? Hell yes. Can we talk philosophy for just? I mean, depends. So this is basically we live because of hyphen moments and aura. I mean, fair enough, honestly. That is definitely one way of putting Camusa's words. What is that? Genius attack one? I don't know whose thing that's for, but yeah. So, I cannot tell you how hard it was to actually to get myself to start streaming, because I may have slightly gotten really into Final Fantasy 14. So my so I was like I was questing today. Cause I'm like trying to get to level 50, to get like the job I want, to unlock the actual job that I want to get, and so I'm questing him like, oh shit, it's like 11. I need to like stream here in an hour, but then I had to like I did like a couple more quests before I actually stood up, went to go make a tea, and then actually got back down here to start streaming. Yeah, I have an issue. At least it's not League. True. I mean, but it is what issue? I like playing a lot of this game because this is like I got hooked. Okay, so like okay, this is the second time I've tried this game, right? The first time I tried this game, I played it for about 40 hours. Which for an MMO isn't actually all that much, but I stopped right before level 30, and level 30 is where the game actually gets interesting, because that's when you unlock your first like actual job. For me it was Bard, and so like I stopped right before it, and once you get to level 30 and you unlock your first like actual job, that's when the game actually gets complex and interesting. And once I did that, I was like, oh wow, this game is actually really fucking fun. So here we go. Why are Dane Quest short stories now? I don't know. It's a great question. We'll see though. And I am aware of that. I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna have kind of a 2-in-1 stream today. I think today we're obviously gonna do this quest, and then if I have the energy for it, we are going to possibly watch the HSR stream. Possibly, who knows? I don't know. But speaking of, let me. Yeah, before I get too deep into the fucking Final Fantasy 14 rabbit hole, because that is literally all my mind is right now. Let's get going on this. Okay. Okay. Skirk's story quest is longer than the fucking Archon quest. That's crazy, actually. Skirk's 2 hours of 40. Oh my god. Okay, that's interesting. Well, let's get into it. Let's get into this shit. Okay, yeah. Oh, Escoffier.
Oh, you've met my pâtissière suprême?
I was like, why does she have a line?
Thanks
It's
to
Escoffier.
I used to have my pick of delectable confections, even beyond Gâteau de Bourg. Unfortunately, after everything that happened, I can no longer afford what the Palais Mermonia was paying her. Oh, don't worry, we're still in touch. I like to send her homemade dishes of my own. I even invented a new one not too long ago. Hara fruit fish jelly macaroni.
Okay.
Sounds good, right? I'll make it for you sometime.
Thank you. Thank you, Farina. Okay. And we are back in English because we can do that now. Okay. Venti has a voice line about Dahlia? Okay, I will check that out. Give me a moment to... Battle of Imagine RAs. I am aware, game. You don't have to keep telling me. Good lord. Test run. You... Space and time for you. I am aware. This. Why? Trust domain? Oh, new domains. Whoa. Free essential materials, I guess. I don't know, I'll take it. And then this, okay. Rewards for that.
Parties are
Yeah, the new Paimon is in here. I know that. I saw you guys talking about that shit.
List for the well-mannered.
I think only Paimon plus NPCs might be done for the Archon quest. Okay. I mean, I don't mind too much. What is that? What is this? Oh, that's Imaginarium. Okay, never mind. Okay, so where are we going? The key that unlocks fate. Near the collective of plenty, you agree to help Yansen conduct a patrol. However, you stumble upon something completely unexpected. Holy shit. Hey guys, can you tell I haven't played this game in a bit? Genuinely, no idea this was a thing. I genuinely had no idea that this area, was a thing. What the fuck? What is this shit? Okay. Go away. This is how little I play this game. I have not launched this game in so fucking long. Hold on. I'm also gonna get myself set up a little more because I think the game's a little bit too loud for me. On my actual AI. Audio interface. Okay. Prepare for the wedding on the last day, but yep, I love that. Honestly, so true. Yeah, no, this is hilarious that I have to fucking walk there. Hey, we can, this means we get more, more, I guess, suspense? I don't know. I can do this though, because I have Farina. I need to remember that she can do this. I almost swam here. I was about to go like, oh, we have to swim. And I was like, oh, wait, no, I have Farina. I have literal Jesus. Anyways. Oh, I think I can get that. Nope. Okay. Rip. You might get dragged into World Quest. Fuck. Water G, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean. I really hope I don't get dragged into a World Quest. How am I gonna get over there, actually? You know, I should have prepped for this a little bit better than I have. Don't approach ruins? Okay, wasn't planning on it. Wasn't generally planning on it. I hope that ruins aren't around the statue, though. Has Pink Jesus, also a lesbian. Hydra Jesus, also a lesbian. Yeah, I know. We love it. We love our lesbian Jesuses. Jesus? Statue's near the tribe. Okay. Jesus. That is now the plural of Jesus. We have our lesbian Jesus. Oh, the trans Elysia is out like, I chill with that. I could see it very much. As a very logical headcanon to have. Jesus Christ! What the fuck? We got flung! Go away, dude. Chill, chill, chill. Oh yeah, Greg too appeared. I forgot about that. Yeah, no, just so you guys know, the Greg bit is like is like, it's expanding because I named my chocobo, again, my Final Fantasy XIV brain rot. I named my chocobo Greg. Sadly, the game normalizes your, like, the naming of your chocobo to, like, all capitals. So I didn't get to do the proper Greg period, but it's close enough.
Gather.
Soon you'll have an army of Greg. I will have Greg in every fucking game that I play that allows me to name a character. If you got a Bang Boo IRL, I would name it Greg. Hell, if I got a cat IRL, I'd name it Greg. Or maybe, maybe if I had 2 cats, I'd name one of them Greg. If they had enough, like, if the cat had enough gremlin energy, then I would name it Greg. Hi, Jensen. What do you got?
Oh, Tulani and Paimon. Fancy that. I didn't expect to run into you two here.
Voice. She has a fucking voice, dude. Oh my god. Oh.
Oh, hey, Coach Yan-san. What are you doing here all by yourself?
It's so weird. It's so weird. Oh my god. Okay, this quest is going to have I'm gonna have such a hard time with this quest because Paimon not being Karina is going to fuck me up. Cause like, yeah, I'm glad Karina's gone. They kind of went off the deep end. However, I am so used to Karina's voice that I'm gonna have such a hard time. It's gonna be so uncanny for me. Like, literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours listening to Paimon yap. Nearly over 5 years and hundreds of hours of listening to Paimon talk. And now we have a different voice for Paimon. It's gonna be so weird. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about those. I mean, yeah, we'll get used to it, but...
Just so you know, Paimon didn't come here to train. Paimon's not looking to sign up for any diet plan or bodybuilding class right now.
There's a non-zero chance that this is Xantwin. And if it is, I'm gonna be so happy.
All right, got it. But seriously, what do you take me for? Some coach from hell? I'd never force a student into something they didn't want to do. That being said, a little aerobic exercise would probably do you some good. You could take over my patrol for a while. That would count.
I'm gonna have to listen to her a lot more. But I caught a little bit, like, again, I'm not going to... I need to specify that speculating about the identity of voice actors is fun in games as long as you don't bring it to the voice actors. Let's set that out right now, right? As long as we do not ask and, like, we don't actually engage with the voice actors, we respect their privacy, but it is fun to try and guess. Try and see, ooh, is this who this is? Right? In my head, the 2 lines of Paimon that I just heard had a little bit of that same timbre that Xantwin has. Chung Chung isn't voiced, like, recently. I could see it. It might be. I don't know. Let's listen to it a little bit more.
Yeah, All jokes aside, you're right. I'm looking for some help.
Chung Chung and Skirk story quest? What the fuck is Chung Chung doing in Skirk story quest? Okay.
Collective of Plenty is holding a bodybuilding competition soon, and so many people have been busy squeezing in their last-minute workouts that we
This is
run
almost
out of staff
weirder.
for patrols.
This is almost weirder that Yun-san is voiced instead of...
Oh, so you've stepped in to cover their work. But don't you have a last-minute workout to do too?
Nah, might not be. I'm 50-50 on Xanthoclan.
I'm good. For one thing, I believe peak conditioning can only be achieved through consistent training over a long time span. Cramming in a workout at the last minute does next to nothing for you.
Yeah, there's like a 50-50 that is Xanthoclan right now.
But more pertinently, well, as you can probably imagine, I'm not able to compete in
But
any of the most
if
popular
Chung Chung
weight
is...
classes.
Okay, so then no,
And
yeah,
there's
it
no
wouldn't be
real competition
Xanthoclan
in my own
because
weight
Chung Chung
class.
is in Skirk, and it's not... And she's not voiced in... Yeah, okay, so then it wouldn't be. It does sound like her, though, which is interesting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because she reminds me a lot... Her voice reminds me a lot of Kimari from the English Place for the Universe dub. Which was voiced by Xanthoclan.
Oh no, don't look at Paimon like that. We are not the same weight class, and no way is Paimon competing against you. Traveler, let's just help with the patrol, all right? Otherwise, Yan-san's gonna make Paimon enter a bodybuilding competition.
Perfect. I managed to get you on board with just one look.
Alright, Cash, we'll do it. We'll
Thank
help you out.
both. It should be pretty routine. Just keep your eyes peeled and make sure nothing
This is
strange is
really
going on in
weird.
the area. That'll free me up to check the other section. Let's meet back at the settlement when we're both done.
Sure thing, just leave it to us. We're experts at strolling and patrolling, don't you worry.
Okay, yeah, no, it's not. It feels like it's a voice I should know, though. Like, I feel like this is like... Paimon's new voice has characteristics of another character that I know. How does one crank a workout? I mean... That is... It's a common term.
What's this? Was there always a cave here? Hey, there's a hilichurl here.
Oh, God.
Sleeping? Doesn't look very hostile.
Here we go.
Why is it hiding away here?
Great question, Paimon.
Ah! You woke it up! Huh?
Carrie
It ran
Bear.
away. Hmm. Guess our reputation in that land is more fearsome than we thought. Even hilichurls don't want to mess with us now.
Sounds like more someone. You know, okay. I think what's throwing me off about this new voice, because okay, I do enjoy it. I think it's really good. I think what's throwing me off is it's a different interpretation of the character. And I think that's what the weirdest part. Like a different voice, okay, whatever. I just think like the new VA is taking Paimon in a slightly different direction, which is I think the weirdest part about it. She's a little bit more subdued, I think, because like in the past with Karina, Paimon was a very, very exaggerated, whiny, like, wears her emotions on her sleeve child sort of character. So far, this is way more subdued, a little bit more, I think there's a little bit less flexibility in the voice. that's the weirdest part for me, is it's like, I'm so used to how Paimon talks, like how Karina's performance is, that like the inflection on these lines is not what I'm expecting, because I'm so used to hearing Karina's interpretation. There's something on the ground.
You mean that shiny thing? Huh. Must have dropped it as it ran off.
I feel like this is more similar to CN Paimon. Yeah, there's also there's a bit of there's a weirdness with some of the vowels.
Huh. Paimon bets that Hilichurl thought it was a priceless treasure. It was probably planning to hide it here for safekeeping. Until we showed up. Let Paimon take a look. Hilichurls aren't the brightest, so it might not be worth much, but still.
Holy shit! Exclamation mark! It looks like Firefly
Serious all of a
control.
sudden. Isn't this just a regular old key? The style is unusual, though. Doesn't look Natlanese. Where do you think it's from?
This is the key to the hibernation chamber on the spaceship. What the fuck? Hibernation chamber. All right, see you, Rika. Have fun prepping, and have fun tomorrow. Thank you for popping in. I'm glad Zach and Sarah. I am too. I am really, really glad they're coming back. This is the key to the hibernation chamber on the spaceship.
What do you mean? What hibernation chamber? What spaceship?
How do you know what a spaceship is?
Wait, you mean the spaceship? The one that brought you to Teyvat?
How? Okay, have there been like conversations that you guys have had off camp? Like, what? I feel like this is relevant information. Like, why didn't we see? Did you talk about this on like on the beach? That like, what have we not seen from you two? Because I know you guys have had conversations that don't happen on camera. That always happens. But like, hello? I guess when they met, I mean, that must be a wild like icebreaker. Like, oh, where are you from? A spaceship. Like, what the fuck? And like Paimon is the kind of person to just take it in stride. Okay, so this also confirms. Ooh, okay, that's weird. Okay.
So, how did that key show up here? Are you sure you didn't just drop it?
No, I still have mine. We do? Where? What the fuck is? Where are you keeping this? Where are you keeping the car keys, Ether? Where do you put the car keys? I like the idea of him clicking, like pulling it out, clicking it, and you just hear a beep, like distantly, like a car horn. Howdy, Nix. Welcome. Still have mine. I've always made sure to keep it safe and sound. Clicks it.
Whoa.
Click, click.
Yeah.
Merp.
These look identical. So, if one of them's yours, does that mean the other one is...
One belongs to me, and the other to my sister.
Knew it! Huh, the keys to a spaceship! Huh, somehow that really rams home the fact that you really are an actual alien. Wait, no, descender. But anyway, now we know where it came from.
Descender.
The question is, how did it get here? The simplest explanation is that your sister lost her key somewhere not far from here. Then that Hilichurl found it and ducked into the nearest cave to hide it.
I can't, okay, I did this to myself, but I can't get the image out of my head of the spaceship being like a fucking like minivan. Like it's a fucking minivan and they click it and it just makes a car horn and it's just the funny, like, that's what I imagine.
If that's true, it means your sister was here recently.
And by extension, the Abyss Order was probably here as well. And then we hear somebody shout, "Did you say Abyss Order?" And then Dainsliff comes bursting through the wall like the fucking Kool-Aid man.
Yeah. Man, this is so crazy. We only agreed to help with the Ensemble patrol on a whim. And now we've made this bombshell discovery and found a huge lead on your sister.
Do we like, do we use the keys as like a fucking, as bait? Put it under like a cardboard box propped up by a stick.
Should we keep following this trail while it's hot? Or do you think we should check back in with the Ansan?
Ah, there you are. Looks like you went the extra mile today.
No need to.
Thanks for being so diligent.
Oh, hey, Eon-san, what's up? Didn't think we'd see you again till we headed back to the settlement. We were actually just about to go meet up with you. We've made a huge discovery today.
I came here to let you know that you don't need to keep patrolling anymore. The bodybuilding competition has just been cancelled, so the usual squad will be resuming their normal duties. They'll be here to take—
Wait, canceled?
The Abyss Order attacked.
Aha! Didn't expect our suspicions to be confirmed so quickly. Sounds like Lumine is on the move again. I'll find a way to speak with her in person this time. I have to.
I've heard of the Abyss Order, but this is the first time I've known them to take organized action on such a large scale. It's like they're preparing to go to war against our entire nation.
Yep. Sorry, I know we're just recovering from another war, from a different war,
One
but...
little sect versus the entire nation of war? How are they expecting to pull that off? Based on everything we've seen from them so far, they usually prefer to act in the shadows. So, what's different about it this time? What could they be after?
No clue. All we know is that they've attacked our tribe, but that doesn't tell us much.
Maybe they're testing something. Maybe they're like on a test run.
Our defenses are holding strong so far, so I'm gonna head to the Stadium of the Sacred Flame and see what Malika knows. If there's any information out there, she's the one people report to. Oh, want to come with me? I'm sure everyone will feel better knowing that the hero of Natlan is on the case.
Well, I am keen to find out more about the situation, and I can provide some information on the Abyss Order.
Great. Then let's head over together.
Time and space for you. That's a weird name for a quest. Key to the hibernation chamber. In my head, it makes the most sense for it to be a sort of like a test run. Like they were attacking this nation or like that group specifically as like a, okay, we maybe as like a, we finished the Loom of Fate or something along those lines, and we're like, okay, we're gonna see how it shapes up against the nation of war. Heard about it before. I'm not sure where we've heard it before either. That's something I would have to trace our informational steps on, because I'm not sure where we got that.
Malika!
Oh? Ah, great timing, Eon-san. I was just about to send someone for you. And
How are things looking? What's the latest?
the Abyss Order has been spotted near several tribes at the
Never
same
mind.
time. Clearly, this is a coordinated strike. Also, their numbers are much higher than expected. Their organization appears to have grown considerably, but because they're usually so secretive, this is the first we're learning of it.
Never mind the test drive theory. No, didn't mean to open that.
It sounds like they're throwing everything they have at us. What are they trying to achieve?
Netflix, please don't open. I don't want you to open. Thank you.
That's what I'd like to know as well. Historically, Natlan has not been a hotbed of Abyss Order activity, and we have no particular quarrel with them.
Could it be revenge, perhaps? Would they want to get back at us for a recent victory over the Abyss?
Different thing, I think.
Seems unlikely. But then again, Paimon wouldn't put anything past the Abyss Order.
It's too early to say anything definite. For the time being, we should continue monitoring the situation.
How are the battles going? Not too many casualties, hopefully?
Well, even if they're committing all their forces to the fight, they're in for a tough time. Our brave warriors have just emerged victorious from an all-out fight against the Abyss itself.
Yep. We have a whole nation's worth of seasoned
Compared to the true Abyss, the Abyss Order poses a far smaller threat. They
Okay,
cannot
so it's a
endlessly
different
replenish
thing.
their forces, for starters.
The Abyss and the Abyss Order are different things, yeah. So I think that's a logical conclusion to make, is that the Abyss Order is a specific sect of the Abyss, so they're gonna be smaller.
However, this is still a war. So we must give it our all and do our utmost to minimize casualties. The tribes are organizing their defenses as we speak. Traveler, this is one war that Natlan can handle on its own. If you wish to stay out of it, you'll be safe here at the stadium with me.
Oh no, fuck that. Well, this one is personal for me.
Oh? In what way?
My sister. Current leader of the Abyss Order is my sister.
Yep, that's how it is.
Yeah.
I see. My goodness, that is very personal indeed. If you don't mind me asking, do you have any idea what her goal could be?
No idea. That's what I'm looking for.
Safe to say, they're not exactly on the best terms at the moment. Ever since Paimon met the Traveler, he's been trying to track his sister down and get some answers. But she's been avoiding him.
Mahiko's like, damn, I can't kick her ass. I mean, would the Traveler really stop her? Like, I think he's at like a spiteful like he's spiteful enough as like, I would let you go ham. Maybe not kill her, but maybe like give her what for.
I see. So you two have fallen out. Huh. A pretty common occurrence between siblings.
A little bit more complicated than that. It's very slightly more complicated.
Well, yeah, that may be. But the stakes are a little higher where these two are involved.
It's not like we just had a regular like sibling spat. We were literally separated by 500 years of worth of time where Lumine discovered something and she's like, oh yeah, you must discover the truth of the world by yourself. And we're like, what the fuck? Why does Hoyo like Doom siblings so much? I mean, it's a good trope, I like it. And Hoyo is all about tropes.
They certainly are. Although somehow it doesn't surprise me that a spat between the Traveler and Twin could affect the fate
It's
of the
more
entire
than just a
world.
spat. It's more than just a spat. First of all, Lumine started it. First of all, she started it. Second of all, she won't tell us what she started it for.
Just so I'm clear, you're still on Natlan's side, and you have no idea what your sibling is after. Is that right?
Absolutely. I might even hate the Abyss Order more than you do.
Well, that's a relief. When you first mentioned your sibling, I was worried you were about to be thrust into an impossible position.
No, like,
Our reports say that the Abyss Order has focused most of their efforts against the Masters of the Nightwind. If you don't plan on staying here with me, I'd recommend going there to lend them a hand.
sounds
I'll
good.
join you. Right now, the Collective of Plenty isn't facing a serious threat, so we should support the other tribes.
Many thanks, you two. Anything you need, send word to me right away.
Okay. The key that unlocks fate. Okay, what does unlocking fate mean? Like, does that imply, like, it frees you from fates? Like, or does it mean that you're able to control fate? Or, like, lots of questions. I have lots of questions. Many, many, many questions.
Look, it's Lolly.
Oh, hi, Lily.
Huh. I wasn't expecting to see you here. Are you here to reinforce us?
How are things looking? Mawika told us to come here.
Oh, the situation must be pretty dire if it's managed to get Lolly out of the house.
Dire? No, I wouldn't go that far. It's mostly just irritating. I heard we're being hit the hardest out of all the tribes. What are they trying to imply? They just think we're pushovers or something?
Oh yes, we're
the more
being.
I thought about it, the angrier I got. I couldn't exactly concentrate on my novel after that, so... well, here I am.
I love that. Yeah, I like how she considers, you know, being attacked by a force that, like, very well could bring the end of the world, as far as we know. And she's like, yeah, it's more of an inconvenience than anything. Like,
So, that's how they earned the ire of Granny Eatsley, huh?
They call themselves the Abyss Order, yes? Ugh, so tasteless. It's exactly the kind of two-dimensional name a clueless writer picks because they don't trust the rest of their writing to persuade the reader of who the real villains are.
ah yes, thank you for the metafictional, like, jab at the game. That's a really fun line, actually. I like that.
Hey, she's saying your sister has poor taste.
If you talk to Mawika again, she asks the Traveler if he doesn't mind if she gives Lumine a good punch. I love that. Keep watching because I haven't had time to do this quest. Well, I mean, it's up to you, but I usually find it fun to do it with people. Because I've heard that there are bombs here, so who knows? I'm just glad I'm not the only one who thinks that.
Wait, what? Are you saying his sister is a member of the Abyss Order?
Yeah. Long story.
I only said that because I was mad, but maybe I went too far.
Why do you care if you hurt our feelings if we're the people?
Hey, let's save the chat for later. We've got some enemies incoming.
What a sweetheart. It's like, oh, I really hope I didn't hurt his feelings by insulting his sister. Even though our sister is the one that's
to vent my frustration.
being a
Not
jerk.
Too soon. Things were.
You didn't have to say that last part out loud, Sweet Lolly.
What did you say? How about the rest of the conversation? That conversation was gonna go. I do love Sweet Lolly sometimes. Ah, wait, actually, I fucked up. Fuck.
Time to go.
Boop. Autism creatures got it, though. Except for this. Hold on. I did my orders wrong. There we go. I need to remember how to play this game. I do have this, actually.
Time to shine. Phew, much better.
Ooh, impressive work, Granny Eatsley. If I'd known you were on the case already, I might have reconsidered whether your tribe really needed reinforcement.
If anyone should be reconsidering, it's the Abyss Order. They picked the wrong target this time.
Experience says that if we head in the direction they were attacking, why don't we press our advantage and destroy their base?
Hey, was there a battle here just now? Need any help?
We're good.
The warriors from the battle against the Abyss is still fresh on our minds. So, well, morale's high and everyone's here.
Let's go.
Show no mercy.
This isn't good. Crossover.
Boop.
Forward! Crush them!
Okay. We'll constantly absorb nearby characters' elemental energy and convert into void wards. Destroy these wards as quickly as possible to retrieve it. Okay. Howdy, Quinn. Welcome in.
That thing. It's like it's draining the strength right from my body. Find a way to destroy it.
Hi.
The Abyss Order's resistance is faltering. Now's our chance.
Okay.
Warriors, attack! After them!
I completely forget what Citlali even does. To be completely honest. Doesn't she have like this thing? Yeah, she can like ride her pillow.
Watch out! Ugh. Show no mercy.
Wow, she's almost dead. Okay.
Shower me with
You must be the boss here. Time to show you what happens when you mess with the masters of the Night Wind.
You're getting a little bit ahead of yourself. Buff smelt damage.
Time to end them.
Oh, you're gonna eat food real quick. I forgot how these things work. Hold on. Guava, get them. Yes, she does do catalyst damage, so she will rip through this thing.
This stronghold is neutralized. Good work. Huh. The Abyss
It's not a
strong.
this is a camp. What do you mean stronghold? It is a camp with one
To be
bonfire, two
honest,
bonfires.
This was anticlimactic. I was hoping for a personal apology at the very least. An idea. Well, whatever. I'll just have to make up for it.
With the stronghold cleared, this area should be safe for the time being.
I think everybody's getting a little ahead of themselves.
Something maybe it's just me. But an enemy under siege normally defends their stronghold at all costs.
Not a stronghold.
The fighting gets more and more intense, but this time was different. With a few exceptions, most of—
Huh? Not sure I follow. They did a tactical retreat, that's all. It's just a different strategy.
I'm not convinced. Don't forget, they're radicals who chose to wage war on an entire nation. They don't do things in half measures. It seems out of character to cut their losses and run like that.
So you're saying there's more to this than meets the eye?
Small sect, yeah, okay.
I'm saying we don't know enough to be sure of anything at this stage. So let's stay alert and keep our defenses at the ready.
So we're no wiser as to the Abyss Order's objective. Back to square one. If I could only get to Lumine to talk to me, I could get answers for all of us. I'm heading back to the Collective of Plenty. That key is the only lead so far.
Paimon had a hunch, you might say, but you're right. If we can somehow use that key to track down your sibling, maybe we can end this war before things get serious. And maybe you can finally get some answers.
Okay, I'm trying to... Bedtime Story. What did we talk about in Bedtime Story? In Bedtime Story, we talked about... Because we don't remember that. The only clue that Ether has as to the fact that Bedtime Story happened is the picture. Lumine kind of, like, leveled with us there. She talked about the Limb of Fate, the goals of it, what's happening. We don't know any of that shit now. Right. So, okay, yeah. I'm trying to like reset and like remember what all happened in Bedtime Story.
You're leaving? But I was still debating.
Go ahead, you two. See, Lolly and I will take care of things here.
But then also, see, Lumine doesn't remember Bedtime Story either, right? Theoretically. I have 42. Interesting. Okay. I don't think our Lumine remembers bedtime story either.
Huh? Go! Huh? Go! Phew! Go!
Okay. Oh, we're off to a strong start, though. This is fucking weird.
And we're back where we started. That Hilichurl probably found the key nearby, right? Let's look around for clues. There's no time to waste. The Ansan and St. Lowly are waiting for us. Ugh,
Split up and look for
we've
clues,
scoured
gang.
the entire area, but still nothing. How the heck did the key end up in that Hilichurl's hands?
You better remember the bedtime story I read here last night. I mean, it's hard to remember shit when you're that sleepy.
Are we supposed to believe that it just fell out of your sister's pocket as she passed by?
I mean, if she kept it on a lanyard, like a plant might have like grabbed the lanyard and ripped it out of her pocket without her noticing. That's happened to me before.
Seems kind of ludicrous to lose something so important in such a dumb way. But then again, who knows?
Like how you're just taking
Sometimes in
shots
life,
at
things
Lumine.
just
Like
go
she could be
missing,
around
and
here
that's
anyway.
that.
Oh, hello.
Oh, thank goodness. Someone's here. Please help me.
Who are you? What the fuck? Okay, so design immediately gives. She looks like she's from Amphorius, to be completely frank.
Huh? Who are you? What happened?
Who are you? Who are you?
No, now isn't the time.
She recognizes us.
Please, you've got to help me. I'm being chased by monsters and I can't keep running. Can you do something?
Are those intivats in her hair? They look like it. You've come to the right person, but where are these monsters you speak
Yeah,
of?
where are they? Paimon?
Huh? I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. They're almost here. This really isn't the time to be joking around.
We're not. We're completely serious. We don't see any monsters.
But how? Ugh, there's no time. They're coming. We gotta run.
You intend to run?
What's
to?
wrong with that girl? She must be seeing. Oh no! It looks like something really hit her. Quick, let's see if she's okay.
She's being chased by fucking like ring wraiths or something.
What's wrong? Are you hurt?
The monsters! They're right there! You need to get out of here. It's too dangerous.
Let me help you up first. Huh? Suddenly I can see them. Okay, so I'm calling time bullshit.
Huh? Oh, now you finally see them. Well, it's about time. I nearly kicked the bucket just now.
I'm sorry, I'll take care of them now.
Savior?
Yep. Xavier.
Solidify!
Cool anime pose.
You done? Paimon still can't see anything, so she can't tell. It just looked like you were slicing at thin air. Kind of funny, actually.
I don't know what's going on either, but I could see them once I held her hand.
Oh, really?
Let's try it one more time. I want to check that I got all the monsters. What is happening? What's wrong?
It's nothing. It's okay. I can see they're all gone now. No need for you to check. I didn't think much of it when the monsters were breathing down our necks, but now that I've calmed down, holding hands with you like this, I'm just a little shy, that's all.
Oh, didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
Have you never shaken hands with someone before? You sure get flustered easily.
Well, anyway, I haven't had the chance to introduce myself yet.
That's a name.
I'm Deirdith. Thanks for, saving me just now. I'm really grateful for your help.
What is the etymology of that name? Do we know? Okay. Couldn't find anything? Yeah. It's not a reference at the least.
Paimon's Paimon, and this is the Traveler. With him around, you'll be safe from any monsters. As long as they're visible. So, what was the deal with those monsters just now anyway?
They were Rift Hounds.
Your guess is as good as mine. I could see them the whole time, so when you said you couldn't, I thought you were making fun of me.
Whoa, that must have been scary. The idea that we'd stand by and laugh while some poor girl was being hunted down by monsters?
Never do something so horrendous.
Don't worry, we aren't like that.
That was a look.
When we say we
That
can't
definitely
do
was a
something,
look.
it's because we really
She's
can't
like,
see
yeah,
it.
sure you wouldn't, bitch.
But more importantly, did the monsters hurt you? How bad is it?
It's nothing serious. But I did sprain my ankle back there. I won't be doing any more running for a while.
She's a Hilichurl. I think she's the Hilichurl. She's the Hilichurl. She's the Hilichurl. I'm calling it now. She's the Hilichurl before. It's time fuckery. Mischief in Welsh. Yeah, I don't know. Well, Google Translate I wouldn't trust entirely, but there's a cave nearby. Why don't we rest there for now?
Good idea. We'll take you.
A fucking windy ass day.
Whew, thank you so much. Despite getting injured, I still feel much safer with you around. I'm gonna stay here until I heal up. Don't want to risk running into any more monsters.
Yeah, you already took a big enough risk coming out here all on your own.
I don't stop messing with the structure of time.
So, where are you from, Deirdith?
Time fuckery. I'm not playing Outer Wilds. I shouldn't be dealing with time fuckery right
A small
now.
village, far away from here. I walked for what seemed like forever and lost my way, so... Yeah, I have no idea where I am anymore. Maybe all these trials and tribulations are part of the journey. No
She
one
is
said
kind of
finding the
adorable. I love
savior
her.
is gonna be easy.
Finding the savior.
Huh. That's the second time you called the Traveler a savior. What's all that about?
Traveler.
Oh, sorry. It just slipped out. I was caught off guard. The resemblance is so uncanny.
Ether, what are you hiding?
Anyway, let me start from the beginning.
Yes, please.
There was once a sage who passed through my village. People got the sense that she was truly omniscient. The sage said that doomsday was coming. But as that day approached, a savior would reveal themselves to us. The day of disaster is almost upon us. So my grandmother begged me to leave the village and find the savior before it's too late.
Doomsday?
I've heard people talk about the savior since I was a kid. Growing up, it really made an impression on me. The description is practically etched into my mind. So when I saw your golden hair for the first time, it was like this image that's existed in my mind's eye all these years suddenly came to life. Everything matched.
Oh, so that's what... Well, the Traveler's definitely got what it takes to be a savior. It He's already got a ton of titles, so he won't mind one extra.
Ether knows. Paimon is clueless, so she's just yapping like she usually does, but this is really uncanny having, like, the Traveler be so silent and, like, solemn.
Actually, I don't think it's him.
What? But didn't you say that...
Everything except the gender. The savior was described as a young woman.
Yeah.
Oh, for goodness sake. There are gender requirements to be a savior? Really?
You know, prophecies do be like that sometimes. This is Ether's code out party. He's trans. I think I knew who it is. There's someone out there who matches all the requirements.
Oh, of course. If it's not you...
Who? Who is it?
Twin sister. Second time this happens.
You have a sister? Well, then that's it. Oh, it's her. It has to be. Oh, thank goodness. Please, can you take me to see her?
Oh. Yeah, about that.
Maybe, if you're lucky. It just depends if we can find her.
Huh? But isn't she your sister?
Sorry. Looks like Paimon steered this conversation back to the fallout between you two. It wasn't on purpose, but that's the reality, so it's hard to avoid.
Okay, fair enough. But since you're looking for her anyway, why don't we team up? We might stand a better chance if we work together.
Have you always believed that Doomsday will come?
Yes. Everyone says that the disaster is inevitable.
This is a strange question to ask her.
But the Savior will rescue us all from our pain and suffering. I've always dreamed of meeting the Savior.
Who is this sage? He got this look like he's collecting receipts. True. Yeah, who the fuck was this sage? She was gendered as female. Doesn't... Hold on. Where is... I know I have it up here somewhere. Because I was thinking, isn't the Travelers were their drip marketing posts spoken by like the written by a sage or something? Like, where have you read that before? No, KK, never mind. Oh, I feel like we've read something from it. Drip marketing was KK. Yeah. No, that was completely different. But like, we've read something by a sage, like a nameless sage or something before.
Do you really buy this whole doomsday thing? Seems kind of far-fetched.
She spoke with conviction. I don't think she's lying. But also, to be fair, we don't. Cults do be like that sometimes. Maybe it's another lie spread by the Abyss Order, but like, why?
See? She broke eye contact. Sure sign of a guilty conscience. Time to press her for answers.
We're just nerves.
What's wrong, Deirdis? Something's clearly bad.
Come on, lay off,
You
dude.
tell us what's going through your mind?
Oh, I just, how should I put it? The Traveler looks just like the Savior of my dreams.
And it's not every day that the savior of your dreams swoops in and saves the day in your moment of crisis. So I'm just a little overwhelmed, that's all. 3 seconds of unbroken eye contact is the limit. I don't think my mind and body can handle any more than that.
What do you mean, limit? What happens after?
How am I supposed to respond to that?
I'm sorry. Please forget that I said anything.
This was so gay with Lumine. That's what I'm thinking right now. Is like, this could be so gay with Lumine.
Like I said, I'm going to hide here until I feel well enough to move again. If you manage to find the savior in the meantime, please come and let me know. Thank you.
Are you sure you'll be okay here on your own?
Yeah, well, lady, hold your
Do you have
horses.
enough to eat?
I'll be fine. I might not be much of a fighter, but I know how to stay hidden. And if I get hungry, I'm sure I'll find something around here.
Don't worry, we've
Don't
got
worry
like
about
thousands of fucking Matsutake sweet rolls in our bag. You'll be fine.
Alright then. Well, take care. Being on your own isn't easy.
Bisexual queen, yes.
What a mysterious girl. We should definitely keep an eye on her. But hey, at least she seems to like you. And it sounds like she's gonna help look for your sister when she's healed. Anyway, this is probably all the progress we're gonna make for now. Let's head back to the Masters of the Night Wind and see if they need our help.
It almost feels like Paimon isn't taking this as seriously as Ether is. Which, I mean, tracks, because, you know, it's Paimon, but still, like, it feels like she's not taking it nearly as seriously as she should, or with as much gravity as she should. Still chilling there. Okay. But real fast, if we run to the bathroom, I will be real fast. Yeah, this is real interesting start of this quest. Yeah, okay. I will be right back. Give me a second. Okay, we're back. Let's get going on this shit again. Huh? What the fuck? Hold on. What's happening? What the fuck is happening? That was a bad time to take a break. Okay, Go to the Masters of the Nightwind? What the fuck is happening? What did I miss? What did I miss? Okay. I have made mistake. Mistakes have been made. Oh,
you're back. How did it go?
Nothing substantial, unfortunately. But we had
Oh,
the
okay.
weirdest
I thought it was part of the
experience.
quest. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, it's just the volcano going on. Okay, we're fine. We're chill. Like, I just heard Paimon yelling. He's like, get down. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
So I take it that the war's still on?
No progress yet, I'm afraid.
That's okay. I just wasn't sure, because things seemed to be at a standstill while you were gone.
Okay.
The Abyss Order hasn't attacked us, and since we don't know what they're planning, in a word, it's a stalemate. The guards have been keeping watch around the clock, but for everyone else, you wouldn't even know where.
Huh. Real?
I was wondering, Traveler, if you have the time, could you go and pay a visit to the guards? They've been working a pretty demanding schedule. I was gonna go see them myself.
Oh, but you're a great hero too, Yan-san.
Well, since you asked, this is technically my sibling's fault,
Great.
so.
Thanks.
Okay. Let's do our, like, hey, yo, you're doing a good job, my man. Tsutsura, you're doing great.
Wow, Tumaini, our hero. We've actually fought together before. You probably don't remember it though. You do? Then
No, I
thank
don't.
you for
I'm
standing
lying,
by.
but you
It's
know.
all good. Honestly, nothing that would indicate an impending attack. I've spotted a bunch of Abyss Order operatives. There were even moments when they seemed to be meditating. At least, that's what it looked like to me. Out of an abundance of caution, I asked some shamans from the tribe to take a look and see if there was anything nefarious at work. But they didn't sense anything untoward, so we just put it down to religious ceremony and left them to it.
Huh. Interesting. Oh well. The more time they spend meditating, the less time they spend trying to beat us to a pulp.
Will this be related to their true objective?
Well, the shamans didn't raise any concerns, so besides, as soon as everything's in place and we're ready for an all-out offensive, there'll be no match for us.
Don't you dare. Don't underestimate these fuckers.
Sounds like morale is pretty high. Guess there's strength and confidence.
There's a
in
fine
numbers.
line between high
keep going,
morale and
Traveler.
arrogance.
Huh? Is that Tumaini? What brings you here? I,
Hey, come on! You'd march to war without so much as blinking. What's so scary about a chat with a traveler, huh?
Social
It's not the
anxiety.
same thing at all. There are plenty of chances to go to war, but a one-on-one chat.
You very
with a
clearly do
great
not have
hero,
social anxiety,
that could be
Paimon.
a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
I could do some crazy shit, but talking to people, fuck that.
How can I not be nervous? What if I say something wrong? Or if my posture's bad? Or if I accidentally make a weird expression with my face?
I feel you, Kantalo.
One bad impression can stick for life.
No one's here to judge you on your posture or your facial expressions. Relax.
I'm sorry, great hero, but I have a small favor to ask.
Let Paimon guess. An autograph, right? That's easy.
On Discord from Wayne Radio TV. Very cool.
May I challenge you to a fight?
What? How can you be so audacious and so sheepish at the—
No, of course not.
Again, social anxiety,
I just
Paimon.
figured that if I
It'd
don't
be
ask
like
now,
that.
I'll regret it for the rest of my life. But I am still on patrol, so please.
Ugh, Again with the sheepish audacity.
Oh, so it's just like fists? Okay. This is a boxing match? Social anxiety is scared of Paimon. Yeah.
Obviously, I never expected to win, but until now, I didn't appreciate just how great the golf was. I'll be bragging about the day I got to.
Oh, Paimon can't keep up with you. Your tone has changed all over again. Now you've had a spark.
Well, some people connect through conversation, but we warriors bond by sparring. And now that I've had a bout with the hero,
Okay. Well, to each their own. But Paimon's still gonna stick to conversation.
Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
not at all. We haven't spotted any.
As Paimon expected, nothing
Okay.
here either.
You're
Everything
back.
has been done.
So, did the guards find anything?
Nothing much, no. Someone mentioned that the Abyss Order has been doing some kind of meditation or prayer, but apparently it seemed harmless.
Apparently.
Paimon wants to lodge a complaint about
Just
one
like
of
how
the
we thought
guards,
putting
though.
lead in our gasoline was harmless. Yeah, no problem. Paimon.
Traveler? You're back already? And no one thought to wake me up, huh?
In fairness, you look pretty hungover. Can't imagine anyone wanting to wake you up in that
Straight up,
state.
yeah, you look like over.
I'll have you know I'm perfectly sober when I'm hungover. Okay. I'll
Okay,
admit
sure.
that sounds strange at face value, but regardless,
Still can't believe y'all did it. Yeah, that's why we're fucking mad.
what I meant to say is, I heard something about the Abyss Order engaging in meditation.
Yeah, what's up with that? What do you know about
it mean
that?
anything
Give
to
us
you,
answers
Lily?
about that, Sea Lily.
I sensed something strange in my dream. It was vague, but it seemed as if some noise had found its way into Natlan's ley lines.
Ooh, that's not good.
Oh, what does that mean?
Hard to say. I don't think it had any tangible effect on the Night Kingdom or on our ley lines, but still, it's like a signal that exists on a different dimension of reality. It might not interfere with ours or pose any detectable risk, but I just get the sense that something strange is going on.
Okay. I'm trying to process that information. Was that the Loom of Fate doing its thing?
Oh. So even someone as familiar with the ley lines as you can't tell what. No wonder the shamans that Satura called to the front lines couldn't sense anything.
Ian-san, I think we should go talk to the chiefs. There's no point dragging this out. We need to take the initiative and drive the Abyss Order out of Natlan for good.
If that's the Council of Granny Eatsley, I'm sure the chiefs will agree. But it will still take us some time to gather the required force. In war, adequate planning and preparation is the key to—
Sure, but the finer details aren't my concern. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Just remember to come find me when you're ready to talk to the chiefs.
Actually, since you're here, Sea Lily, I might as well ask you one more
Oh?
question.
Sure, what is it?
Have you ever heard of monsters that only visible to certain people?
Huh, you mean only select individuals can see them? Now that's a strange one. I guess they could be... It could also be a simple case of dead monsters whose souls got stuck here somehow. Well, I say simple. Things quickly get confusing when you start looking into monster souls. For starters, trying to figure out which classification system to use is a real pain.
All right, we get it. Granny Eatsley's learning and wisdom knows no bounds.
Hey, I was just thinking out loud. You really think I was just trying to flaunt my knowledge? Anyway,
Yeah.
the short answer is there are many potential explanations for the kind of phenomenon you describe. That said, It's not something I've ever encountered in all my years.
Whew, wow. Okay. Well, if Granny Eatsley's never seen it, it might as well not exist, right?
I mean, yeah, sure, if, I hadn't seen it.
Hey, I'm not that old.
I agree, it's hard to say what it was for sure.
Care to elaborate on what happened? This all sounds rather mysterious.
Yeah.
Really? You had to hold her hand to see the monsters? That sounds a little contrived.
I love how Seat Lally is this like game's Abed. Like she is here to literally point out all the tropes and contrivances of this game's writing, of the story that she is contained within. Like
Huh? That's the part that bothers you?
Maybe the point is more that it requires direct physical contact, whether that be hand-holding or otherwise. But that's neither here nor there. What bothers me is, it sounds like she's convinced that your sibling, the leader of the Abyss Order, is a savior. That really makes me question whose side this girl is on, and whether what she told you about her background is actually the truth. Sorry if that comes across as paranoid. It's just hard not to be suspicious of everything.
no,
when
it's
we're
a
in the
it's
middle
a
of
valid
war.
question.
Actually, Paimon feels like you make a fair point.
Whoever this girl is, she sounds like bad news.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're clearly just jumping to conclusions.
Do you think she's like a spy?
It's hard to know what to make of it. A young lady all by herself, lost in the middle of nowhere, sees monsters that no one else can.
Until you
calls
touch
the
her.
leader of the Abyss Order her savior.
She just feels like she's a cult.
At the very least, we should
She's a
remain
cult.
vigilant.
She's in a cult.
Keep a close watch on her.
That's what Ian Sun's getting at here. Is she's just calling it, saying Deidre's in a cult. Deidre, whatever.
On that note, we probably shouldn't have left her by herself in that cave.
You're just now thinking this?
Traveler, we still need some time to muster our forces. Maybe you could check on her if you're not busy. Just be careful.
Might as well. She seems to trust me after
Settled
all.
then. Let's go check on her.
She's gone. She's been murdered. She's been turned into a hilichurl. Something's happened. She's having counsel with Lamine or some. I don't know. There's gonna be so many things. Imagine if we just show up to this cave and she's fine. She's like, oh yeah, nothing's happened. We're chilling. That would be so funny. I would adore that if that's what actually happens here. It's like, yeah, nothing bad happened at all to Deidre. It's just, she's vibing, she's chilling. That'd be such a fun subversion.
Here we are.
Deidre, that's her. Deridith,
We'll
that's her
still
name.
be here, right?
Where did I get Deidre? Deridith.
Oh, it's so quiet though. Uh-oh.
Yep,
What if Yansan was right?
called it.
Maybe she never intended to stay here at all.
Let's stay quiet and move in carefully. What do you mean move in carefully? You were in the mouth of the cave. Oh, no, okay.
Traveler, watch out!
Whoa. He's just being jumpy. Okay, maybe Deridith really is a...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, she's just
Sorry.
self-defense.
I didn't know it was you. I heard a noise and I thought it was the.
Thought you must
monsters
rejoin
coming to get
Deridith?
me.
Okay, yeah, no, that's probably what happened.
Did I hurt you? Oh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking straight.
She's just a girl. Come on, give her a pass. She's just a girl. If I thought it would have hurt, I would try to dodge, and somehow I still hurt her less than I expected.
Phew. That was
You didn't have to
scary.
stick with that
I thought we walked
either.
into a trap. Maybe we shouldn't have sneaked in without announcing it. Then you would have known we weren't monsters.
To be honest, I've been really on edge since you left. I just have this constant feeling that any second, the monsters are gonna come back and get me. And it's not like I can run from them. There's also no way to cook here. It's good you got back when you did. Another hour and a half and you probably would have found me starved to death.
Here, have a plate of matsutake
Weirdly
sweet rolls. I
precise.
pull out of my
Though,
bag.
It does explain why your attack on the Traveler was so weak.
Are we gonna feed her, or are we gonna keep giving her shit for being hungry?
I really thought you were gonna starve. or
Come
get
on.
killed by monsters. I
What
just
are
noticed
we
that you'd be
doing
okay
here,
on your
chat?
own.
What the fuck are we doing? Holy shit. Okay. We have returned. Let me get pings going. Oh, that was... I honestly have no idea why that has happened for the second time. If I can... Okay. Sure. Copy message. Oh, copy. Link. Muted. Okay. Okay, stream back up. What? Oh. Okay. Whew. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Like we it's honestly a fucking mystery what is causing my whatever the circuit I'm on is. It is causing my breaker to flip, and I don't know why. So yeah, I have no idea. But whatever. I don't know. I swapped out the power strip that I'm using, so maybe that helps. But I don't know. I got no idea. I'm kind of lost as to why that was doing things. But yeah, we're back. Hi Phantom, welcome back. We're back. Oh, okay. So okay, hi Hez, welcome in, welcome in. I'm sorry, yeah, we had technical difficulties. Okay, we're gonna swap to the game. Hopefully that I will start capturing. There it is. Okay, cool. Cool. We restart this sequence. We're restarting this sequence. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, we're back. Okay. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why that happened. Anyways, yeah, we're back into it. We're back into it.
Oh, it's so quiet though. Uh-oh.
Okay, so
What if Yansan was right?
we're so
Maybe
back.
she
Yeah,
never
we're so
intended to
back.
stay here at
Okay, so Diridith tries to jump us, and then
Traveler, watch out!
wow! Exclamation mark. Okay, we give her a lot of shit for being hungry instead of
know it was
feeding
you.
her,
Did I hurt you?
and then that's where we
I'm
left
so
off.
Sorry, I wasn't thinking straight.
Phew, that was scary.
For Sunday actor. No, straight up. I don't know what's up with my breaker for my room.
Then you would have known.
To be honest, I've been really on
Something
edge
is
since you
causing it to
left.
surge when I stream, and I don't
Just
know
have
what,
this
because
constant
nothing is
feeling that
different,
any
right?
second,
Because
the
like,
monsters
I
are gonna
don't-
come back and get me.
because I'm not you. It's only happened when I'm streaming, and the weirdest part about it is that I'm not using anything different. I'm not using anything more. I'm not using anything that
And it's not
would
like I
cause
can
it to
run from
trip.
them. There's
So,
also
I have
no
no
way
idea.
to cook here. It's good you got back when you did. Another hour and a half and you probably would have found me starved to death.
Ah, that's
Okay, here we are.
weirdly precise. Though, it does explain why your attack on the Traveler was so weak. Wait, if you really thought you were gonna starve or get killed by monsters,
And here's where
why'd
we
you promise
here
that
we
you'd be
lost the
okay
stream.
here on your own?
I just didn't want to lose face in front of my hero. He already saved my
Okay,
life
girl.
once. That's more than enough. I just don't want to come across as a constant burden.
We've got so much food. You have no. I have been stockpiling this shit for 5 years, and it doesn't go bad. Girl slipping so hard she didn't mind fucking die. I know. Like, come on, girl, get it together. I
For
know.
someone on the brink of starvation, you're
It's
pretty
easy to go sim
preoccupied
for
with your
someone,
image.
but
What's the real reason?
let a girl simp, Paimon. Come on.
What? That is the real reason. I'm kind of bearing my soul here, you know?
Could she really just be an injured civilian?
Anyway, so, could you make me some food now?
Got you. Pulls out a plate of food.
Oh, Paimon's
Howdy,
getting
Shelly.
hungry
Welcome
now,
in.
too. Yo,
Moon sus. Moon sus.
Whew. I am so full. Thanks for saving me, again. Starvation feels like a distant memory now.
No trouble at all.
you can really pack it away, Deardith. Guess that explains how you had the energy to make it this far.
I tried so hard to hold back, but it looks like I still came across like a total glutton.
So she's genuine, like. How could you ever be suspicious of this girl? Come
Paimon
on.
didn't even realize how
She's
late
so
it is.
genuine. The only suspicious part about her is her fucking dress.
The night sky here is really pretty.
Came to hear you out. Good time too, because you just got back from. We just had technical difficulties, so we're getting back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
And the
And
eyes
it's
and
all
the
thanks
flowers.
to you both
Yeah,
that I'm
true.
able to relax and enjoy it. I was cooped up in that cave the whole time you were gone. Now I'm finally out. The air seems fresher, and the stars more beautiful than ever before.
And Celestia's still sus. The moon is still sus.
You weren't in there that long.
She just thought, but she thought she was gonna starve to death. The time probably passed unbearably slowly.
When I was young, I used to lie on the roof of my house, gazing up at the stars.
Okay, like, pause. Love you, Daredevil. Great character, kind of adorable. Who asked? I'm gonna be sure who asked.
And often, my mind would drift to this question. Is this starry sky actually real?
You're not the only one that's ever asked that question. But also, what's your thought process there? Yeah, okay, yeah, even Ether's like, why the fuck would you think that? What?
But my grandma would tell me, the answer to that question doesn't really matter.
True.
Think of all the people in our village who spend their entire lives here, she'd say.
Oh my god.
To them, that little village is their whole world.
I like you say that, Quinn, like anybody here knows what that fucking means. Daredevil, let me fucking trauma dump on you. Yeah, no, straight up. She's like, great character. Who asked? Like, come on. Like, I'll listen to you out. I'll listen out. I'll hear you out here, but like, nobody asked. Also, real quick, I know because my power went out, I lost the recording, the first half of that. I'm gonna delete that. Down. Oh, that's that recording. So, okay. Exhausted but surviving.
And
Hell yeah.
so, if it's our destiny to live beneath this sky all our lives, then whatever may or may not lie beyond, this is our world. And that sky is real to us.
I mean, true. It kind of depends on your definition of what a real sky is, because, like, it's there. Like, you have, like, depending on what your definition is. If you're comparing it to, like, an actual planet, then, yeah, there might be a fake sky, but I mean, the sky's the sky at that point.
Paimon kinda gets you. but also not really. Is it kind of like how journeying with a traveler is everything to Paimon right now?
It's kind of right, but also not
I
really.
really treasured my world. For a really long time, the village was my everything. The houses, the scenery, stories I always loved to hear about the Savior.
The shadows you saw on the wall of a cave, like that's literally what this is.
But I could never bring myself to agree with Grandma. Even if the village was my entire world, I still had to know what lay outside its borders.
This is literally an allegory of the cave situation. Like her entire worldview were a bunch of shadows on the wall of a cave. Like, so to her, like that shit's real. Because that's all she knows. That's all she'll ever know, unless somebody comes in and frees her from the cave. But like, that's unlikely.
Yeah! Go you!
So, I finally ventured out and set off on my journey to find the Savior.
You're being a bit over-reliant. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, she's starting to develop like attachment issues.
I'm going to make my
She's
world
had
bigger,
attachment issues for a while.
one step at a time. And I'm not going to stop until I've seen what's beyond the stars.
Yeah. There might be eldritch horrors beyond your comprehension out there. I do not think you... Be careful, is all I'll say there.
I'll finally get an answer to the question I had as a child.
Beyond the stars.
Who knows? Maybe one day, I'll be sitting and chatting just like we are now, but with someone from another world.
Literally me, Dirdith. You are ahead of the... She's like me when I predict what's going to be said in the next line. But like... There's a train up there? There is, somewhere. Assuming this is in the same universe as HSR.
Yeah, one day. Oh, if only we could tell her. But it's probably best not to open that can of worms right now.
I need to find the Savior and protect my world. Then, I can make sure it continues to grow.
Paimon is the final boss after all. True.
That's the most worthwhile thing I could think of doing. So I've been giving it everything I've got.
You know what? It's pretty cool. Paimon kinda wants to root for you now.
And yeah.
Oh, sorry. I got a little carried away. I always get chatty after a hearty meal. Just like my grandma.
Paimon's gonna have a legendary crash out. I'd love to see that. The more we chat, the more I'm convinced that she's not a bad person. And it doesn't sound like she's been brainwashed by the Abyss Order. Maybe we can afford to trust her?
Hold on. Shh. It's them. The monsters are back.
Teva has that Wakanda hologram stuff in the sky to hide them for all the hot women in the Hoyoverse. I mean, considering some of those hot women are capable of completely killing everybody, possibly.
Where? Oh, still invisible, huh?
In that case, guess we gotta try that trick again. Except instead of this time making like this poor girl blush, like give her a couple pats on the shoulder, like. You go, sport. Pat, pat. Oh, there they are. Boom. Into the
Can you see them now?
Yeah, stay back. I'll handle them. There's some timey-wimey bullshit, I think.
Oh, Paimon still can't see anything. But please, be careful.
Why would you do that if there's literally no escape if you do that?
Nice and spicy.
Like if someone slips in, there's literally no escape. Get down from there, you fuck ass. Okay, here we go. Oh, hello, you.
Cross over.
Solidify.
Autism creature's going hard. There we go.
Huh? Wow, that was fast. Did you get all of them?
I hope so.
Paimon's slowly but surely getting used to the sight of you fighting thin air. You doing all right, Deirdith? Deirdith? Hey, it's okay. There's nothing to be scared of anymore.
Oh, I'm fine. I just spaced out there for a moment.
No, you're still sus. She was examining us.
Spaced out?
I was just... the image of the Traveler fighting to protect me. I was trying to commit it to memory.
Guys, she's not even subtle about
Seems like
this.
the least I can do.
Imagine how gay this is with Lumine.
All right. Whatever floats your boat.
Anyway, there are no more monsters in the air.
Sounds reasonable to Paimon. What do you think, Traveler?
As a Lumine player, it was very gay. Good. Sure.
All right. Deirdith will be... Huh? Deirdith? Why are you going in alone?
As you stare at the hibernation chamber key in your hands, you start to drift off into a peaceful sleep. Soon, a vivid dream fills your mind. Here we go, buckos. Here we go, gang. Here we go. Yeah. This is the Night Kingdom? Hi, Lumine. What are you doing here? Why are you talking to an obelisk? Intivat. Okay, yeah, no, so Intivats do have the one different pedal. Lumine and the Lord of the Night. So we're not, yeah, they're not going to be voiced. My head, it hurts. My headache is gone? I think I hear a voice in the darkness.
Doomsday. A fitting name indeed. A blood-red sky.
We've heard this voice, right?
Wild beasts that slaughter all in sight. Endless pain. A terrible curse that cannot be reversed.
Or have we? No. Wait. Who would this be? Wait, no. Is this Nicole? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Is this a Hexen Circle? Or is this, am I making that up? Okay, looking at this though. Yeah, so this is Conria. The landscape is shockingly Natlan. It's giving me Natlan. But we also have the Rift Hounds. And cubes. We are very familiar with these cubes. So this is Cataclysm. What is this? What is she saying? Doomsday fitting name of day, a blood-red sky, wild beast that slaughter all that sight, endless pain. Terrible curse that cannot be reversed. That's the curse of immortality.
And the birth of a savior.
Who was that? Who the fuck? We're not gonna get any explanations for that? The dream I just had. My instinct right now is to be saying gay, but it's not because it's so expressly het. So like...
You're awake. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to,
Just holding my hand?
You just look quite distressed, like you were having a nightmare.
Absolute.
I thought if I took your hand into mine, you might find it soothing. At least, that's what my family always did when I had nightmares.
Yeah, so Lumine had an Intivat in her hair, or in her hand, and that had that one purple petal. So I feel like these aren't that.
But it didn't seem to work on you. In fact,
Oh, is that right?
So now Paimon's just teasing her for being in love. Like,
You better not be trying to pull a fast one on the.
what? Don't be so. I have more
she's like a
self-control than
defensive
that.
fucking dog. She's like, oh my god.
Self-control? What is.
I still can't remember anything. What did I see in my dream just now? I think I saw Lumine and the Night Kingdom at the start of the dream, but I can't remember what happened next. Never mind. If the memory is gone, I can't force myself to remember it. I'm gonna go back to sleep. We can catch up tomorrow morning.
No way! You go ahead. But for the rest of.
Aw. Do I really seem that shady to you?
What if she's the new version of Carrie Bear? That's what I'm genuinely thinking. I'm thinking she's the Hilichurl that we saw at the beginning of the quest.
Well, Deirdre, there should be enough food for 3 days. Make sure you eat the perishable stuff first, so nothing goes to waste. You can't tell which stuff is perishable, right?
What if she pocketed the key and then time loop bullshit happens?
Yeah, I can.
Because
tell
there's
from the ingredients.
timey-wimey shit happening with
Thank
her.
you so much for making all this for me.
There's gotta be.
3 days will definitely be enough time for my ankle to heal. Then I'll continue on my journey to find the savior.
Like, what if she swiped the extra key?
All right, then we'll be off. Bye for now, Deirdre.
See you? Wait! But if this is goodbye, how am I supposed to find you again? Oh, I mean, what if I find your sibling? How am I supposed to let you know?
Ah, that's a good point. We share the same goal, but we're constantly on the road, so we've got no fixed address. How about this? When the time comes, you can just write a letter to Mawika.
Mawika? Who's Mawika?
Yep, she's from the past. I think I see something going on over there.
It's the Abyss Order! But it doesn't look like they're marching to war. More like they're... running away?
Where? What are you talking about?
Yep.
A bunch of Abyss Order thugs! You don't see them? They're heading right this way!
Wait a second.
That's strange. I guess it's my turn to not be able to see the monsters. You're right. I see them now. You weren't joking after all. So this is what it...
What a weird situation. What is making these monsters invisible? Is it Deirdre? Or the monsters themselves? Well, might as well mow these ones down, just so they can't pose a threat to the tribes. Woohoo! All done!
So there's no more of them, right? I still can't wrap my mind around this. Why couldn't I see them until you took my hand?
Believe me, I'm as baffled as you are. The plot thickens. Turns out there's also monsters which I can see, but Deirdre can't. It's timeline stuff. It's in from the time that we come from. We could see those, and the timeline that Deirdre kind of came from, she could see those, but we can't see each other until we like force each other into the same like point in time, I guess. Oh no! It's not timeline. It's realities. It's alternate realities. It's the reality shit that Citali was talking about, right? We are on parallel realities, right? And somehow Deirdre is manifesting in ours. And when we physically make contact, we're merging those realities a little bit, like, locally.
So, any ideas on why those monsters might have been running away? Maybe something
Big
went down on the
brain
front
shit
line.
right there, chat.
Oh, Paimon's getting a little worried about Eon-san and the others. Let's head back to the Masters of the Night Wind right away. We gotta go. Bye for now, dear.
See ya, and please take care.
Did that change? Has it always been without you? I'm rewinding the stream to see what it was before. It says it's space and time for you. Huh. Ah, it's sneaky.
Silly
You can literally read it right now.
child.
Oh, yeah, for you. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Yeah. Am I blind? No, I am ADHD. Different things.
Hey, Yansan! We're back! We ran into quite a big group from the Abyss.
The front line has collapsed.
Shit.
Huh? But how?
Did the Abyss Order send in reinforcements?
No, relax. Their front line has collapsed, not ours.
What are you we're talking about here now?
Phrase that more
Yeah.
clearly at the start. But this is good news, right? Why'd you still look so serious?
Did we finally launch an attack?
No, we're still mustering troops. Nowhere near. So at first, I was also confused, but just now, I got the full story from a guard who was on the scene. He watched the enemy lines crumble in real time. One person.
Dainslev,
Just
let's go.
A single individual. They stormed the enemy lines and attacked with a vengeance.
I'm calling it
cutting
now
them
as
down like
Dainslev.
paper dolls. They wielded an unknown power.
Yep.
And fought with a sword style that no one recognized.
Yep.
The guard who relayed this to me said that before he even had time to
Gonna
react,
feminize the force
the enemy
feminized.
was decimated.
You're a woman now, bitch. Psst.
I'm only recounting what I heard, and I'm sure that, and assuming they're a neutral party, we'll need to figure out how to engage with them.
Don't worry, we know.
Sweat it, Yansan. From your honestly, with the Abyss Order acting out so publicly, it's about time he showed up.
Get tits, idiot. He never misses an occasion like those.
Dainsleif.
Okay, where are we going? Over this way. What's up with this man? It's been a minute since we've seen this fucker. When was the last time we saw him? Because he wasn't in Bedtime Story, right? Or was he? 4.7? Okay. What's up, dude? Were you waiting for me? Aw, Dane's left as a voice. Unfortunate.
It's been a while, Dane. And yeah, after we heard what went down, we figured you'd shown up. You caused quite a stir, you know. Oh, this is a friend of ours from Natlan. Her name's Yansan. She insisted on coming here to thank you in person.
It is my honor, Mr. Dainsleif.
You're the VA now? Yeah.
Thank you for breaking the stalemate in our war against the Abyss Order. Natlan is
No need to thank me. I hunt the Abyss Order for my own reasons.
Please don't mind him.
Yansan and Dane interaction was not on my
He
bingo
always
card.
talks like
I
that,
would
but
not have expected this in a
pretty nice guy,
million
yeah.
years.
It's quite all right. Uezo Janssen respects those of great power. It's quite clear that he meant no offense, and I am still delighted to make. Anyway, since you're old friends, I'll leave you to catch.
Sure thing. You probably have plenty of others.
Yo, Dane, what the do you know of somebody named Deridra?
Hey, Dane. Would it have killed you to be a little more polite? She's our friend.
Yansan, yes. I will remember the name. But I will not invest more emotion than is necessary when dealing with the citizens of the Seven. It is a matter of principle for me. Fine, since you helped break the stalemate, we'll let you off the hook.
Ugh, so stubborn. But whatever. So anyway, Dane, do you have any new info about the Abyss Order for us? Any idea what they're trying to achieve with this war, for example?
Never before have I seen the Abyss Order take action on such a large scale. Take it at face value, it seems highly illogical. In a war with the Natlanese, the odds are stacked firmly against them. They surely cannot be unaware of this. Their true goal must be a deeper one.
We thought so too. But it sounds like you're no closer to learning what that goal is than we are.
I've been on the case for some time, even captured and interrogated several Abyss Order members. Yet still, I am none the wiser. I can only assume they have gone to great lengths to keep their real operations a secret. I have a bad feeling about this. The Abyss Order is wasting a lot of its forces attacking Natlan, so whatever they stand to gain must hold enormous value to them.
What do you think we should do?
Since we lack actionable intelligence, for now, we might as well continue to focus on the fighting. Leave them to their secret plots. If they're so willing to sacrifice manpower for it, I intend to make that sacrifice greater and more painful than they could ever have anticipated. If we use this opportunity correctly, I believe we can eliminate the vast majority of the Abyss Order's forces. They'll never be able to mount such a large campaign ever again. That outcome is well worth our time. And the sooner we can do that, the better. That's right. The ideal scenario would be to destroy them before they can reach their goal.
Paimon gets it. Nothing in the world can satisfy you like making mincemeat out of the Abyss Order, right?
Right.
Wow. Okay. A rare, candid response from Dane.
Even Paimon's like, whoa, okay. Something's... Sounds like Dane's one-man attack from the enemy front has put him in a good mood. What about you? Any news to share from your end?
Well, actually, we found his sister's hibernation chamber key near the Collective of Plenty. She must have lost it.
So she's here in person. Unsurprising, given the scale of this operation.
Oh, and there's more! After finding the key, we also ran into this weird girl. She kept seeing monsters that we couldn't see, and then, this other time, we saw a load of... She also said she was on a journey to find the Savior. Her description of this Savior matched the Traveler pretty closely, so we figured it's probably his sister.
Hold on. That girl called her the Savior?
Yeah, that's right. Is something the matter, Dane?
The last time I heard that term was before the Cataclysm. And not just that, it referred to your sister then, too. But who would still believe in the myth of the Savior when the Cataclysm has already taken place? It makes no sense. That term's been around even before the Cataclysm?
Wait, wasn't his sister called the Princess, though? Where did this Savior thing come from?
Well, when she was first granted the title of Princess, the Vinster King and the entire court of Conria set about loudly proclaiming the might that she would bring to the nation. They made it sound as if with her there, all pain and suffering would be washed away, and the future of Conria would be brighter than anyone could imagine. The Savior was the celebratory title given to the princess by those who believed this rhetoric. Of course, you know how that story ended. In hindsight, the cruel irony is glaring. All that title really stood for was the Vinster King's lust for power.
Oh, sounds like the people of Conria really believed in her.
Is that why Lumina is so determined to revive the homeland? Because she thinks she failed as the Conrian savior? But that certainly doesn't explain everything. There must be other reasons. As for the girl you met, allow me to offer some speculation. I suspect she descended from pureblood Conrians afflicted with the curse of immortality. They must have resettled somewhere remote, cut off from the rest of the world. That would explain how her people retained their ancient beliefs, including the myth of the golden-haired savior.
Ah! Han gets it now. So, a bit like Kaya. Except she grew up somewhere more isolated? Still, that doesn't explain the invisible monster situation.
It's parallel universe bullshittery. If she can't provide us with any more valuable intelligence, I suggest we shift our attention back to the Abyss Order.
Sure. Also, why don't you stay with us at the Masters of the Night Wind for tonight? You must be
I will consider it, but we must discuss our next step first thing tomorrow morning. We can't give the Abyss Order any time to regroup. Fucking weird, dude. Okay, so... Yeah, so when Lumine was declared as princess, she was also declared as, like, she was pretty much turned into, like, the symbol of hope. Kind of how we are, too. Yeah, no, she was used as a symbol of hope, is kind of what I'm taking, because, like, that's a mirror for us right now. For Ether right now, he's being used as a symbol of hope for Natlan, because that's literally what his name means. What his sacred name means. But Lumine had ended a little bit worse.
Silly.
Following day, 8 to 10. Oh fuck! I overshot it. Okay. Interesting. And we also have the parallel universe bullshit.
One client, two clients.
Well, yeah, yes, but also I find it interesting that she's wearing the same clothes that a Conrian would have worn 500 years ago. Like, okay, very, like, people rooted in tradition are like, if a Conrian bloodline is going to be super rooted in tradition, yeah, maybe they might not change things very much, but being completely unchanged over 500 years is a little weird. Like, that's hard to believe, so saying maybe a myth is passed down, yes, is likely, but that clothing I wouldn't expect. No, we can't give them that much time.
Is that Dane and Neon-san discussing strategy together? Huh. Looks like they're getting along just fine.
Yeah, this is a pairing that I did not expect. The most, like, random side character of all of Natlan's story, with Paimon, one of the most important characters in the story period.
Ah, you're here. I have some good news to share with you. We just got word from the Scions of the Canopy. Their intelligence has reported that they've discovered the Abyss Order's headquarters after their front lines dissolved. The bulk of their forces fell back to that area. It's also where their central command is located. The location? The Cinder City.
Cinder City, huh? That tracks. Seems like their kind of place.
That tracks.
Hey, this is great! This could be our... And with any luck, maybe we'll find your sister there too.
Yep, our army is almost ready. And we've sent a message to Mawika to let her know the plan.
It's too bad he's not voicing English. Yeah, it is kind of unfortunate.
This big without the okay from the Archon.
I beg to differ. This is wasting time. You have the intel you need, so act on it. Every second you delay only increases the Abyss Order's odds of survival.
I've already explained my reasoning, Mr. Dainsleif. I understand your concern, but
Very well, then. I will go there alone. Thank you for the intel, Anson.
You're gonna go on your own? Come on, be sensible.
It's all right. I support your...
Huh? Should you...
I admire his courage, and I believe he is strong enough to... And even
Oh,
if
he sure
things
is.
don't go to plan...
I mean,
just
unless
needs
it's
to bide his
Lumine.
time
He kind of
until
got
we arrive with
fucked over by Lumine. Yeah.
Mr. Dainsleif,
Thank you.
Looks like he's waiting for you to say something, Traveler.
Alright, fine, I'm coming.
For a second there, Paimon actually thought he was gonna brave it alone.
Alright, fine, I'll come along. Oh, whatever. Fucking dude. Puppy dog eyes. Ass wet dog of a man. Assault the Abyss Order stronghold. Let's go, bitches!
Is this the place? The Abyss Order's hideout in Natlam?
All these years, the Abyss Order has managed to either stay hidden or fiercely defend their position. This may be the first chance I've ever had to finally make a serious dent in their forces. Which reminds me, once the fighting starts, I can't promise I'll be able to have your back at a moment's notice. But if you run into the Abyss-powered mechanisms, feel free to leave them to me. I'll take care of them when I can.
It's been so long since we fought with Dane side by side. Paimon's confident we can clear this place out long before Eon-san arrives. And if you get to meet your sister again, even better. Let's go!
In this battle, Dainsleif will show you the... Dainsleif is in the party. Dainsleif is in the party. The Might of the Twilight Sword. Summon him to clear out the obstructions that bar your path. Dainsleif is at the party, dude! Okay, the swordsmanship Dainsleif has mastered as the Conrian court guard captain allows him to easily SP the weaknesses in opposing elemental wards. His long war against the Abyss has made him highly cognizant of their weaknesses, allowing him to also destroy their void wards. Okay, we don't get to play, okay. That makes sense though, that's actually kind of dope. Straight up, I love that. I mean, usual party. Ooh. Oh, he doesn't show up in the menu. Lame. Good lord. He completely deletes their shields. Love that. Cheap tricks. I should probably do this actually, now I think about it. Go. I get used to my fucking rotations. Whoa.
Time to shine. How dare you?
This is a very different battle from the one we fought with Eon-san. No one's backing down. They're running.
Give the construction of their headquarters and tactics they're using. I expect they never okay, suits me. Hold on. Let me heal up here. Give me a minute. Maybe I'll just do that. Let him bonk you.
Hear the truth. Solidify. This is order.
Autism creatures be gone or be here. Hear me, autism creatures. I can take care of these.
The power.
This is a really cool sequence. I like this.
Shall set you free. Hear ye, doer.
I did see the ring peg. That's super cute. My brain cell can't deal with having 5 teammates. I think what's fucking me up is the fact that I've been playing so much Final Fantasy XIV that like my rotations are just different. So like I'm used to having more than just 4 on my hotbar right now. Oh, I keep bursting. Well.
Stabilize.
Creatures, hear me. Relentless hunter specter that haunts me. Oh no, okay, that's voice. Whoa, hi.
This is all present. To flee is futile. To resist it, they bring me new life. Rise. Once again. Desolation. Let the frost fly.
I almost got that with just one Shenling ultimate. That's your Shenling tip for the day is run counterclockwise around an enemy when you have her ult up. 'Cause it hits more. Okay. What's up with you?
Twilight Sword Dainsleif. Is this really what you want?
Wordsword of Heaven's End? What is that word? That is one wacky fucking word. Weird word of Heaven's End. It is indeed. I will take every opportunity to hunt you down to the last man.
So, where's the Traveler's sister then?
So, this is a hunt to you. I must say I pity you, Dainsleif. The death you dole out so readily to others is a luxury you yourself cannot enjoy. But today, that is the least of your worries. Do you realize that all your years of pursuing us are being rendered utterly meaningless, even as we speak?
Your riddles tire me. The overwhelming advantage is ours, at least for the moment. You know what that means for you. I'd like to see what makes you believe you've already won, or that you can't, or that can you still turn, or that you can still turn the tide of this war.
Then allow me to be frank. As far as we are concerned, our princess has already won by other means. And I do not merely mean this battle. No. Her Highness has achieved something far greater. For today, the Abyss Order's greatest wish has finally been fulfilled.
Does that mean...
Our Highness quietly infiltrated the Night Kingdom to exploit that realm's past experience with ley line reconstruction.
So that's what we saw in the dream.
And then used the Loom of Fate to reweave the ley lines of Conria.
Okay.
What? She used the Loom of Fate?
I mean, what did you expect, Paimon? We knew that was gonna happen at some point.
Wait, does this mean the attack on the Masters of the Night Wind was all a smokescreen to give her some cover?
Wow, crazy.
Oh no! This...
Who could have seen that coming?
Correct. As of now, our homeland has been revived.
Can we go there? Can we see it?
And all of my comrades that you have slain, Dainsleif, they shall forget the struggles that have beset them these past 500 years and begin their lives anew.
Oh, so is that what was up with Dredrith? That was what's up. That's what was up with Dredrith. She appeared the second Lumine actually repaired and brought Conria back to life. I think. Maybe? Possibly? What a load of drivel. Your falsehoods are riddled with flaws. My ears tire of your tedium. Isn't there more to reviving a homeland than just reweaving its ley lines?
Right! You still need a few steps after that, such as finding a place to host the ley lines you just rewove. Plus, If it was really so easy, Moeka and the captain would have had a way easier time during the...
I have one simple question. If Conria has indeed been revived as you claim, then where is it?
Oh, you poor fools. Clinging to delusions, even after the truth has been plainly revealed to you. Think back on the past few days. Have you truly not noticed anything amiss since the start of the war?
Answer his fucking questions. Where is it? Signs I could have missed. Huh. I wonder.
I sensed something strange in my dream. It was vague, but it seemed as if some noise had found its way into
That's
Natlan's
the
lake.
reweaving.
Hard to say. I don't think it's like a signal that exists on a different dimension of reality. It might not interfere with ours or pose any detectable risk, but I just get the sense that something strange is going on.
Yup. I also vaguely remember seeing Lumine of the Night Kingdom facing the Lord of the Night. And what about Doraja? Whatever her name is. Daredith. That's her name, Daredith. Why do I keep going to Redra? Daredith. That's her name. The Abyss Order retreated when we attacked their stronghold with Ian San and Sitlale. This isn't their usual style. I couldn't see the monsters that Daredith could see, and she couldn't see the ones I could. We could only see the monsters in each other's sight after making physical contact. According to the guards stationed near the Master of the Nightwind, many members of the Abyss Order were seen idling around during the lull in the conflict, even settling down to meditate. Assuming he's right, then another possibility arises. Maybe I'm in a different time and space from Daredith. She's Conrian, like Dane suspects, and that means this revived Conria that he speaks of might actually exist. And despite hailing from that separate time and space, Daredith has found a way to communicate with us. Whatever might be going through your mind right now, do not trust it. I urge you not to believe his lies. The notion that Conria has been revived is preposterous. Unless I see it with my own eyes, I refuse to entertain it. The is only one, that's a typo. There is only one thing that should demand our attention in this instant, and that is silencing this man for good. You are blinded by your hatred, my man. You would not have been a good protagonist of Princess Mononoke. Go, autism creatures.
Order guide
Didn't even have to use Dane's Lift there.
That should be all of them, right? So, are you still thinking about what that guy said? You look really worried.
Daredith is the only potential lead we have. I think we should at least talk to her about all this. I understand. You think she might be from the revived Conria, yes? I have said my piece. I doubt Conria could be revived so easily. But if it will give you some peace of mind, you should talk to her and test your theory. I will stay here and do some post-battle cleanup. Perhaps there are some clues left to be found. Huh? 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 I thought your voice and attitude seemed familiar. My mistake. I should have made sure you were dead earlier. What happened? What just happened? Did you just, like, he just stood up and nothing happened? Like, huh? Oh, Curse of Immortality. That makes whatever. What? I'm fucking stupid. The Curse of Immortality has struck you too, then, Hayden.
500 years on, and you still refuse to address me as master.
Okay.
Don't forget, Daneslith. You may be the renowned Twilight Sword, while my arm has grown too feeble to swing a blade. But I taught you everything you know about wielding a blade.
Huh. Your arrogance and malice cost you all of my respect long ago.
Be that as it may, under the circumstances, I see no further reason for us to fight. The curse of immortality means neither of us has a way to completely destroy the other.
I like how, because they're both immortal, their entire fight would just become them just like doing JoJo's poses at each other for like eternities. Like, speak for yourself. I intend to kill you 100 times over. It literally is. This is what it's gonna be. They're just gonna fucking JoJo's pose at each other for 100 years.
Finally had enough. You weren't joking then, huh?
Pain is still a thing though? True.
Never
I have no mouth and I'm a scream type shit.
have I experienced anything close to the pain of 100 deaths. Surely, there's no point taking out all your hatred on me alone.
This was just for your actions in the Abyss Order. If I took into account what you did in Conria, you'd soon find out how much darker your nightmares can become.
All right, I believe you. Still, aren't you at least a little tired now? Why don't we sit down, perhaps chat a little?
Oh, that's not a good sign. It's a trap. It's a trap. Hey, this is a trap, Daneslith. I suddenly decided to give your portal vid a watch. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Imagine in a couple weeks your wife is in chat.
What? Not a fan of reminiscing about old times? Well, I suppose you don't have many fond memories to look back on.
I never thought you'd side with the Abyss Order, Hayden. No, I was saying, imagine if we see her in chat, like a couple of weeks, she's in chat, like that would just be really funny to me. You could have easily blamed the princess for her betrayal.
Indeed. When the cataclysm first struck,
She's got just
everyone
fair.
prayed for the savior to deliver them, but she was nowhere to be found. Yes, we knew that the great abyssal power within her had been divided up.
Okay. Why does she have a great abyssal power in her? Yeah, it's really funny that the moment Ether isn't there, they start talking about Livia. Like, come on, dude. This is information that he would be privy to.
Yet we still despaired at her choice to leave
Is this Wing Glider
us.
lore? No way, okay.
Still, I believe that everything she's doing now, including her regret over what happened, comes from a genuine place in her heart. And besides, who else can we place our faith in? We are proud Conrians, are we not? I mean, we can hardly turn to the gods.
I suppose you have changed a lot over the past 500 years. Otherwise, I'd have never expected you Otherwise, I'd have never expected you to forgive her. Had you been so generous during your time at the Knight Academy as my instructor in Black Serpent blade work, I might not have come to loathe you so much.
Is that so?
All my good deeds were clearly in the spirit of the Academy's code of chivalry, yet I received corporal punishment for being restless and brash. And as much as it pains me to bring up his name, even my co-student, Sertologi, was prosecuted for following the spirit of knighthood. He even lost limbs over it. There's little point discussing it now, of course, but all of this was your doing, wasn't it, Hayden? You wore a mask of benevolence as you viciously suppressed the next generation of knights, all to bolster your own position and reputation. Right? What? Too cowardly to admit it?
Oh, I'm sorry, Dainsleif. I would apologize to you for those actions, truly. But the fact is, I honestly can't remember them anymore.
This is the fucking end of SAO. End of SAOA sort of bullshit. Honestly, I don't remember. You what? Imagine. However many years, and that's what I give you? No. It was because of Metacritic?
Look at me. Look at what has become of me. Only by the Abyss's grace have I managed to maintain this physical form. But as for the rest, memories, spirit, emotions, personality, they have long become eroded, fragmented beyond recognition.
Yeah, no, he's not just fucking with him. He actually has a reason not to remember, but...
Even if mine was a past steeped in sin, or in shame I once longed to hide, I would wish to remember it. Without my history, I fear I will become another person entirely. I would like to apologize for any misdeeds that are mine. So please, tell me everything. Tell me about the Khaenri'ah we once called home.
No wonder your personality struck me as different. Memories are indeed a crucial part of a person's identity. So, the Khaenri'ah we once called home. Dainsleif slowly closes his eyes. Countless memories of Khaenri'ah flood into his mind. All the sights, memories, and feelings, everything etched into a heart and mind are gradually brought back. Recalling everything seems to take a long, long time.
You seem to remember much. Could you tell me more about...
I'm not interested. I have neither the time nor the sympathy.
Is that so? What a pity. But this will be quite sufficient. As long as the loom of fate heard what I...
Ha! It was bait! Oh. The loom of fate. What have you done? Tell me.
I'm afraid I owe you yet another apology, Dainsleif. You were right. I lied to you earlier. Your wits are too sharp. The homeland hasn't yet been revived. In fact, even the ley line weaving...
You fell for the classic blunder!
...yet complete. Think of ley lines as the collection of memories concerning a given place. To reweave Khaenri'ah's ley lines as they were 500 years ago, we would somehow need to retrieve almost all the memories of Khaenri'ah from that age. The loom of fate cannot weave without an abundant supply of memories.
It almost feels like Dainsleif is the keeper of those memories.
And so, we relied on everyone in the Abyss Order to provide what they could. Even though fragments are all that remain in
This has happened twice now, Dane. Come on.
The more we all share, the more that can be restored.
So, the Loom of Fate is running as we speak, and the so-called meditation your members have been performing is purpose was to supply the loom with memories, wasn't it?
Indeed. We are people in exile, stranded 500 years in the future. Will weave our homeland anew and bring the nation of our dreams back into the real world. Ah, what a glorious undertaking. What a shame it had to take this long. After 500 years, most of our memories have faded, and a world woven from broken memories shall itself be broken.
A world woven from broken memories. Huh. Oh, that's an interesting way of describing Teyvat. What you thinking? Like, I'm thinking about what that implies about the true nature of Teyvat.
Precisely. For you possess a ring left to you by your elder brother, which continuously resets your body's condition. Of course, your memories are susceptible to erosion just like ours. But of all Conrians who remain, you are sure to remember the most.
Gotta love the classical MacGuffin.
We had to obtain the memories in your mind, whatever the price. Even if it meant sacrificing our entire army as bait.
This was your true goal. To lure me here, guide me into a state of meditation, and access my memories. So be it. Few of my fading memories for your entire army. That strikes me as a fair trade. I appreciate your generosity. You're gambling everything you have on the Loom of Fate. This could be a costly mistake for you in the long run.
Perhaps. But that is the gamble our Highness has chosen to make. And thanks to you, the Loom of Fate has now finished weaving the ley lines. New Conria is complete!
Enough about your beloved leader. You said you would pay any price for my memories, did you not? In that case, prepare to be slain another 100 times for your deception. I hope it was worth it. A little spiteful here, aren't you not? I bet something truly took a Gamba mindset. I can't. Time to go gambling. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Okay, return to the cave to investigate. This is the part that I'm more intrigued in, because like that was a whole lot of nothing, really.
It's Judith! Great!
Oh, she's still here.
Still here!
Good lord. Okay, because okay, what if someone misremembers? That's an interesting point. How do you verify that a memory is correct or not misremembered? Like, do you have like a checksum? Do like memories have like a checksum that you can run to verify that this is the same thing? Do you have to cross-reference everything? Like, what's the mechanism there to remember that everything is good? And then also, I'm more thinking the description of Teyvat as a world of broken memories is interesting, especially considering the okay, here's kind of what I'm thinking. So in to understand this, I'm going to draw this to another IP. So in the Stormlight Archives, or in just the Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere in general, there are 3 layers of reality. There's like reality where everybody actually exists. There is the realm, the spirit realm where it's all the gods exist and it's really weird and funky and whatever. And then there is the cognitive realm, also called Shadesmar, which is a reflection of how humans see the universe. So everything in Shadesmar is like everything that we perceive manifests as a bead in Shadesmar. And so where there is like a lot of things, like a city, there's like a ocean of beads. And then where there is like oceans, a whole lot of nothing, there's actual land. And then the distance between planets is pretty much nothing because we don't perceive anything there. So it's about how we perceive things. So I'm thinking Teyvat is almost a manifestation of that. When you describe a world as a world of broken memories, it kind of makes me think of how Shadesmar works, of how everything is kind of put together by how we see things. In the case of Shadesmar, it's the inverse of how humans see things, but like with Teyvat, it could just be a sewn together collection of memories, and that's maybe why things kind of feel so hodgepodge in Teyvat, is because it's kind of a mushing together of memories of other places, maybe. I don't know. I'm just kind of throwing that out there. Yeah, exactly. It's that idea of what you perceive is the only thing that exists. But I'm also thinking like, yeah, that's something that's one of the directions my mind is going right now. Well, cutscene. Meredith? Meredith, are you okay? Did something happen? She's seeing Doomsday. Yep. Is this? Could this be the Cataclysm? Whoa, okay, that got dark real fast. Is this where Meredith is right now? So she really is.
We're not from the same world, are we?
That's a neat little... I mean, good on you, Meredith, for putting that together. No, I come from your future.
Wait, but that's great. That means the world isn't going to end. In that case, tell me, what happens to Conria? What happens to my homeland?
That's the only one that doesn't survive.
No, wait. Don't answer that. We can only fight for our future. If the future is unknown, I still believe the Savior can turn things around. I'll carry on looking for her, even if you're not there to protect me. Although, in a way, I've already found my Savior. It's you. You protected me, and I believe you can protect us all. You're the one who can change everything. It's just too bad that we're not from the same time or place. Oh, one last thing before I forget. I know how much you want to find your sister. Surely she must be desperate to find you too. So, is there anything you can give me as a memento? Proof that we met?
Am I about to call this shit? Am I about to call it? Okay, so then, My question then is, how did this loop start? Or is there just a third fucking key now because of time loop bullshittery?
That way, when I do find her, I can convince her that you're also searching for her.
Memento.
What is it?
I fucking called it! Oh, I'm so good at this shit. If this is her future, this is her fate. I didn't expect to be making a choice right now. When did Genshin become HSR? Okay, no, here's the thing though. Here's the thing. When was the last time a choice actually mattered? But like, there's no way that this doesn't... the last time I remember a choice actually having any tangible effect on the story of this game was back in fucking 1.1 with Bowkeeper. Was with Dainslev's questions. 1.2, I don't know. Yeah, Dane World Quest. That was the last time I remember a choice having any tangible... So... But, okay, but then I do not see any way of this being different. Okay, so then... Okay. Okay. So, let me reason this out, because I love reasoning out time bullshit. Okay, so first of all, okay, that's my question here. Is, did we like accidentally glitch an extra key into existence, or did this key come from somewhere? Because somehow this loop started. And but then it's a self-contained cycle now. Okay, so then if I keep the key, that breaks that cycle. But what happens when we break that cycle? Or is this indicating just dialogue? What happens if I keep it? Because I know the game wants you to give it. What happens if I keep it? Does it just give you dialogue, or is it an actual, like, is this an actual choice, is what I'm asking, pretty much. Like, is this a real choice? Or is it traditional Genshin fuck you choice? Oh, fuck, this is hard. To any of you that were saying this would take me only a couple hours, you were wrong, because this exists. I'm gonna deliberate over this shit for fucking like decades. Do we want to keep the cycle going or do we want to break it? Okay. Idea. What if Lumine gave Daredith the key to do the same for us? And because we're offset by 500 years. So when Lumine was at this point in the journey, she gave her key to Daredith to give it to us. And now we're giving it back. So then that still continues that loop. But the loop is bigger than we thought. Maybe. But then if we keep the key... Key to fate. What would the point to keep his sister's key? She's been running from us. The point of keeping the key is, like Hez said, fuck fate sort of thing. Okay, so the idea here is the key is sort of the top, is kind of like the top from Inception. It's the symbol that we're in a time loop. Or that we're, by doing this, we are creating a time loop. Which means that we're predestined for this to happen because Daredith was the Hilichurl from before, and that's the whole thing, right? To keep the key is to say, is to kind of break that chain. Is to kind of break that predetermination. It's literally kind of taking, it's actually really cool symbolically. It's taking fate into our own hands in a very literal way. Okay, I'm gonna keep the key. Huh? Time stopped? Huh? I swear to God, if it's Lumine. Yes, it is! Okay. So that's what happened. Istaroth? Oh, okay. Okay. Ooh. So that's what happened. Istaroth, the ruler of time, must have had a hand in this. There's no other way that this meeting could have taken place. Lumine, you knew all of this? I knew only the ending. I have always been curious about the events that led to it. When the cataclysm first began 500 years ago, I, as the Princess of Conria, was prepared to do my part, to fight back with all my might. Then this girl, Daredith, she found me. The irony was that even as she desperately begged me to save the world, she brought me news of you. I was stunned, and I was suspicious of her claim that you were searching for me, But then she showed me the key to your hibernation chamber. Okay, so we did dupe glitch our key. We literally just duplication glitched our key into it. So he actually did it? We'd been separated ever since I awakened in Teyvat. I searched the whole planet and found no trace of you anywhere. And then she brought me that news at the worst possible moment. I was faced with an extremely difficult decision. I desperately wanted to see you again, but Conria was in equally desperate need of my help. I knew that no matter what I chose, I'd regret my decision for the rest of my days. So I steeled myself against the guilt and made my decision. I went to see you. And then... But when I found you, you were still in hibernation. Even the key to the chamber was still secure on your person. So you're saying 3 keys existed simultaneously in that moment? I couldn't make sense of what I was seeing, but there was no time to think. I just grabbed you and ran. That's where we are right now. An intersection in our memories. This question has haunted me for the past 500 years. I never imagined the answer would come to me like this. So, my actions 500 years in the future set everything in motion. Are you mocking me, Istaroth? Derridus succeeded in bringing us together, but unfortunately, it is versions of us 500 years apart. She hoped that the Savior would rescue Conria, save the entire world, but instead the news she brought led the Savior to make the complete opposite decision. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Okay. I see. So the key is to break that cycle, and it makes for past Lumine to make the right choice to save Conria. Because Aether's gonna find her either way. How awful. Is that her fate? Is that how her story must end? Has Conria really been revived? Have you done what you set out to do? Not yet, but I've taken a very important step. Now the ley lines of Conria are complete. I'd always thought that Teyvat ley lines were locked up by heavenly principles. No more can be added, and existing ones cannot be replaced. But then, I learned that Nightland's Night Kingdom appeared to be an exception to the rule. It has intrigued me ever since. So I directed the Abyss Order to feign an attack on Natlan, buying me some time to enter the Night Kingdom and negotiate with the Lord of the Night. Unfortunately, for other reasons, even the Night Kingdom cannot host any new ley lines. The most I could get was some room to carry out the weaving process. Lord of the Night did say that even she can only reconstruct Natlan's ley lines. Probably for the same reason. Yeah, Lumine seeing Natlan's ley lines, it's free real estate, so true. Still, I received the Lord of the Night's permission and activated the Loom of Fate. Why would the Lord of the Night say yes? What the fuck? Okay. Using an Teyvat as the base, I was able to grow a realm based on Conria of 500 years ago, superimposing it over present-day Natlan space-time. Oh, okay. That superimposition is what allowed you and Derridus to cross paths. So I called that one too! Oh, let's go! I'm so good at this shit. That's what I saw in my dream. He's not lying about that, at least. What I don't understand is, why did the Lord of the Night agree to this? After that, the new Conria was enriched with memories of the old, drawn from the Abyss Order's memories in their meditation sessions. With those memories as raw materials, and as superimposed realm as a template, the Loom of Fate finally finished its work. What I now hold in my hands is the Atlas of the New World. This is the product of the loom of fate, holding within it the entire network of New Conrian's ley lines. With this, the nation once known as Conria can rise again. Okay, so here's the thing. Hello, Tsaritsa, where the fuck did you come from? Winter's Night's Lotso? The entirety of the New World? So it's the same thing! Okay, continuing. One day, I will find a suitable host location for it. Okay, maybe. Here's an idea. What if it's they're the same, they're trying to do the same thing, but they don't even know about each other because of secrecy and shit. So like, the Tsaritsa would love that shit, but then, like, that would be really funny, actually. Why? Why is reviving Conria so important to you? I don't understand. Is it really just because of guilt? When I first arrived in Conria 500 years ago, my memory was completely blank. It was only after I had served as their princess for many years that I slowly began to remember everything, including you. What? Your memories were erased? But recovering old memories didn't simply erase that part of my life I spent in Conria. I still see it as my second home. That is why my guilt weighs so heavily on me. But even so, that only constitutes part of my motive. More importantly, if I wish to speak with the heavenly principles as an equal, I will need the might of an entire world beneath me. Okay, so she literally just wants to fight God. She wants to become God by fighting God. Let's go. No. Hmm? Sasti? Hi, Sasti. I know you always wanted to change fate. We both do. But this time, I won't let you succeed. I cannot miss the chance to reunite with you 500 years in the past. No matter what. I don't know why, but the way you're talking, it just doesn't sound like you at all. Lumine, this whole thing, your plan, what does that have to do with us? All along, it's only ever been about us. Goodbye, Ether. We will begin anew at the end of your journey. So she left the key with Daredith.
Our hero is back. Everyone's been waiting for you.
Okay, so it was a false choice. So she forces it to happen. My idea is that Issaroth started this time loop. To what end? Like, to what end did she start this time loop? What, are you thinking like she did it to distract Lumine? That seems like a very roundabout way of doing that. That feels like a very roundabout way of achieving that, to be completely frank. Like, you're literally a god, just like press delete on her and she's good. No, okay. So like, I can see it, I guess. But again, proud of myself for calling it time loop bullshit, by the way. But like, okay. Mind is thinking. So I think one of the biggest questions that this raises is how. Oh, okay, no, never mind. It's just a samsara. Like it's everything is one big samsara. No, not really though. Okay. Because the driver for the time loop isn't mere Lumine, it's Deridith. But time loops are confusing. I love them, but they are confusing. So single lone village girl is manipulated by old grandma. Yeah, this is why Venti kind of hinted. Oh shit, that's cool. No way, that's so cool. Oh, that's such a good point, Nyx. Because he knows songs that would be sung, every song that has been sung or will be sung, and because time is it's a big ball of wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff, he knows songs that involves us. The sustainer watching the twins is a surprise. That is true. Okay, so then that confirms that Sussy's awake. So like, where the fuck is she? But then why? Okay. Well, Celestials from the future of the past, post-cataclysm? Maybe. Oh, wait, no, okay, idea. What if? No, okay. My thought was the cutscene that we see at the start of the game is the beginning of the time loop. So like I'm thinking, but that doesn't make sense because Ether was in hibernation by the time that the loop starts, right? This has been driving me mad. Yeah, because okay, let me pull up fucking MS Paint. Let me pull up Paint to draw kind of what I'm thinking. Nothing on my Cool, we're good. Okay. So, here's what I'm thinking. The standard timeline of a story that doesn't do time fuck shit is this, right? One thing happens after the next. What's happening with Teyvat right now is regular timeline, and then the Daredith shows up with the thing, and then we create a fucking loop here that loops back around, and then time theoretically continues. Right? The intersection here is the scene that we just saw, or whatever, right? There is some sort of engine. Daredith is the engine here, right? This is the existence of Daredith. So until Lumine has to go back to meet the circle. What I'm thinking actually is like I don't know if I can explain how I'm thinking this works, but yeah. We create a loop. This is the loop that Ether and Lumine are running at the same time. So I like to think of it as like they're chasing each other on this. So like this is Lumine and this is Ether, and they're always running clockwise. And that's the loop that we're running, right? And at some point we cycle. So this is like Conria, and then 500 years into the future, this is Ether, right? And so they're all like, the time loop is running where they're always like on the other side of each other. And that this is like the point where they meet almost. So then it would almost more like be a Taurus, not a Taurus, a lemniscate. Like topologically, a lemniscate, that was almost really good, lemniscate, is very, that's what I'm thinking, Has. That's kind of where I'm going, is it looks like Amphorius, but, so a lemniscate is very, like that, and so right here, where I've poorly drawn where they're supposed to intersect, is where they would be meeting, almost. And that meeting point is Daredith. But either way, whatever the mechanism is when Lumine meets Daredith, we should be back here. Or okay, when Lumine meets Daredith, she goes back to check on Ether, and he's still in hibernation. Why is he still in hibernation? Great question. Put that for later. She goes back and sees that Ether is still in hibernation. So then she goes back down and chills. But this is something that we have known happened. Like, I talk about this in one of my old timeline videos, is after the cataclysm, Lumine wakes Ether up and leaves. But then they meet Susty. So Susty has to happen here. But then that means that the time loop would have to start somewhere over here, but it doesn't. It happens before. So like it would make a lot of sense that Susty is the beginning of this time loop. Susty goes, "Yo, no, fuck you. I need you here to actually like do shit," and then knocks them down and starts the time loop. But it's not, because it has to happen over here. That's also an interesting thing, Senex, is that in this situation, there should only ever be 2 keys, but somewhere a third one is introduced. I don't know if Lumine leaving is the betrayal? Oh, maybe, actually. Cause okay, yeah, true. She never said that she went back down to fight. Istaroth is, no, I completely agree that Istaroth is responsible. I'm just trying to figure out the mechanism of it. Like, what framework of universe are we working with here? How does time travel work here? She wasn't there when the Cataclysm started, yeah. But again, my question, I think that the biggest question here is how a third key had to come from somewhere. Whose key is duplicated? Because it's not Aether's, but it's not Lumine's either. Because at every point of this loop, someone's key is accounted for. Because during the past, Aether had his key Lumine expressly stated that he had his key on his person in the hibernation pod, and Lumine had hers. But at this point in time, Aether stated he always has his accounted for, and Lumine has hers, theoretically. So, where did the third one come from? As a descender, we're not bound by fate, so we can always break the cycle, technically. Lumine isn't anymore. Interesting point of order is that Lumine is not a descender anymore. If Aether gives the key to Daredeth, then would it make it so that it wouldn't be on him, and so Lumine could have... Okay, what I'm thinking is, in order for there to be a key, depending on the rules of time travel that we're following, there would have to be a timeline or some situation. Okay, so there are two interpretations for how time travel works, right? Either you have the idea that we're talking about, where time travel is all one line, and then whatever point the time travel is, that it affects everything here. Or time travel, at the point of time travel, it splits timelines, right? There are, these are the two major interpretations. In this situation, there would always be two keys. In this situation, there is one timeline where there is no key. Because in this timeline, one of them would give the key to Daredeth, and so now this timeline, there is no key. And in all these timelines, there is a key. So that's where the third key comes from, is one timeline gave up its key. In this timeline, the issue is that someone would have to give the key to Daredeth to start it. And so at some point in this whole cycle, one key needs to be unaccounted for. There needs to be at some point where either Ether or Lumine has no key. Say where the timeline converges here, right? There is no key, but the rest of this does have both keys. So that's where we would have to have 3. But even then, this doesn't work because you give up your key to another point of the timeline, and so now there's only 2. It's a self-contained cycle. Like, this whole situation is a self-contained cycle. So this can't work unless either we dupe glitch in another key plus K, and then this could work, or it doesn't work and we're dealing with this. What I'm saying is if the third key is neither twins, but an extra key from when the OG came, original god. Maybe. That's what I'm starting to think too, Phantom. After the whole scepter thing, I'm wondering if it is literally a duplication glitch. Did they somehow dupe a glitch and dupe a key into existence? Because, okay, so, like, think of it. I'm gonna explain the mechanisms of Minecraft here right now, just to demonstrate how this might happen in a video game. So, in Minecraft, every chunk is gonna save. Every chunk has its own file representative of it, right? You have chunk data, and you have player data, which includes inventory. Chunk data includes chests. How most duplication glitches in Minecraft work is desyncing these two things. So what you can do is a chunk saves here. All chest data saves here. And then you so like you have a chest save here, and then on this, in between these two saves, you put a fuck ton of stuff in here. So then it saves with all that data in here, and then somehow you force the game to not be able to save here. Okay, you save all the data in the chunk here, you take the stuff out, put it into your inventory, and then you force this not to save, so then the game reverts back to this, where all the stuff is in this chest still. And so now you have 2 copies of the same stuff. That's like a chunk duplication glitch, right? You force the game back to a state where there was stuff in there even after you've taken it out. So stuff like this is very possible. And it happens all the time in software when you desync 2 states of data, right? So it is very possible that somehow, at some point, Istaroth doing time bullshit, because that's what this is. This is all time shit. But in, like, software time, we duplicated a key somewhere.
The Abyss Order made a full retreat before our forces even arrived on the scene. All thanks to your efforts, no doubt.
Which is
and Mr.
all the
Dainsworth,
more,
of course.
which is all the more evidence the idea that, to some extent, KVAT is software. Airmansel is software. It's all software. Airmansel is a fucking scepter, y'all. Anyways.
What's wrong? You look upset.
Long story.
Paimon doesn't know the details either. The Traveler just disappeared after taking Deirdre's hand. It was like they got sucked into another world. Paimon was looking all over for him, and then he suddenly reappeared, right back in the same spot, but looking a lot more glum.
It's fine. I need to take some time to take everything in. See, Lolly's just kind of going along.
I think I got the gist of what happened. Something to do with your sister? I spoke with the Lord of the Night in a dream just now. And learned quite a lot.
Did she tell you why she agreed?
Huh? You met your sister?
Yeah, I did. We had a long is a little bit of an overstatement, but compared to what we've got in the past 5 years, that was pretty substantial.
Oh, you didn't think to tell Paimon right away? Well, oh, never mind. Paimon can see that you're pretty down right now. But let's go over everything.
What your sister accomplished? It all but defies comprehension. I was stunned when I heard about it too. But what surprised me the most was that the Lord of the Night actually chose to allow it.
That's what I was thinking. I literally, that caught me off guard too.
The Lord of the Night did try to explain it to me, but in a word, it's complicated. During the war with the Abyss, Mawika had an argument with the captain. Mawika believed that we should fight to protect our culture and memories, while the captain believed the preservation of the ley lines should come before all else.
It's one of the same.
So, the Lord of the Night was very intrigued when presented with the Loom of Fate, and informed of its ability to weave ley lines. She saw your sister's actions as a potential third option, namely to preserve an entire nation in the form of an atlas.
That's an interesting term.
Preserve a nation? You've definitely lost me now.
Yeah, don't worry. This is like... this is a whole thing. This is like my mom, like, Ian-san is my mom when me and my dad are start talking about computer shit. She's like, I'm lost. I don't fucking know. It just sounds like Charlie Brown's parents.
You're not the only one. Paimon's got no idea what's going on either.
With that in mind, the Lord of the Night gave the go-ahead once she was satisfied that the Loom of Fate wouldn't have any real effect on Natlan. However, I believe she imposed an additional condition of her own.
An additional condition? Did she ask for something in return?
No idea. She wouldn't tell me what it was.
Contract number 2 that we don't know what it is, but will come in handy later.
Huh.
All right, well,
We have
let's
2
not
mystery
overthink this
Musketeers
for
now.
We just won a war. Time for a well-earned drink to celebrate.
that could be a good shout.
I trust the Lord of the Night unreservedly. I'm sure she only involved. Don't you agree, Traveler?
Still feel like a mess though.
Come on, let's head back to the Collective of Plenty. Oh, Veressa should be there too. We'll treat you to a real feast.
I have never actually met her. I'm sorry, but there's somewhere else I want to go first.
Huh?
Ian-san, leave him be. This might be hard to understand for an extrovert like you, but some people need alone time to recharge every once in a while.
Traveler?
Return to the cave you were previously in. For a few nights, you've fallen asleep, drowning in a myriad of thoughts. You faintly sense what feels like someone clasping your hand. But this time it sends you into a deep sleep, where sweet dreams await. Okay. Trying to reconcile all my thoughts here.
Ad Astra ab. Thank you for completing. Ad Astra ab.
Oh yeah, I can actually look at this now. Oh yeah, didn't we also have new... Traveler story? What the fuck is a traveler? Oh, it's Fantastic Blessings, okay. Where is he? There he is. Is it Vision or is it 3? Okay. Though you made no promises, though it was an agreement the other party made one-sidedly, you nonetheless set out on a sojourn across the 7 nations to reach the journey's end. It would be a stretch to call this a pleasant path. As your feet took you forward, you witnessed and were pulled into the crises each nation faced. Perhaps this is no coincidence. Perhaps some tremendous tremor deeper beneath the world is to blame for the waves of the catastrophe. The Tsaritsa's plan to collect the Gnosis persists apace, while the terrifying force corrupting the world awaits opportunities to strike. In the Abyss Order, the organization led by your own flesh and blood, from the Loom of Fate operational launch to the Atlas of the New World's completion, you know deep down that their actions are changing the fate of this world. As you gradually understand said world, you have also come to understand the things your sister. But this has not made your journey any easier. Nor your footsteps lighter. That was not what you expected at first.
I've heard that if you give tavern owners a considerable tip...
Whoa, there seems to be a lot of
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm... So... That's a lot.
Osmanthus what?
That is a whole lot. That's the first time we've had a real, like, shifting of perspective, I guess. That big about how this game works. What do you mean I still have a tooltip for fucking adventure rank? Oh, okay. Okay. I don't... Oh, yeah, Venti.
Oh, traveler, do you seek to hear the voice of the wind and know its guidance? Then I say to you, chatting to the deacon is your best bet. I'm kidding. Come chat with me over a drink anytime you want. The reason I usually get Dahlia to be my intermediary is because, well, I imagine you can probably guess why. He loves listening to the blustering of the wind, but crucially, he has his own compass too.
Love that. Okay, so we're gonna talk. Okay. I'm gonna look up. Skirk's voice lines. Dahlia says something about the souls of the children of Barbados becoming Dandel. Oh, that's dark. Okay. The fact that the sea of the Dandelion Sea is just a sea of souls. That's crazy. It's a river of souls. Okay, anyways. Okay, so let's see, what's interesting here. Bought some old books from Leo recently. Passage of one of them stood out to me. The wise man uses his mind as a mirror, neither grasping nor out nor drawing in. He is all yet keeps nothing. In this way he triumphs over things and they can render him no harm. Has been penned by some renowned martial arts master, but after reading further, married traveler.
Like the fowl and live up to it. I'm sure whoever gave him that name must have truly despised him. Master's certainly done his fair share of disgraceful things. And the fact that he's a former knight who turned his back on the chivalric code doesn't exactly make things any better.
Huh? Okay, interesting. Play was fun. His mission to become a version of himself that is complete and perfected. Okay.
As the sustainer of the world's borders, she tolerates my presence. But she did make me promise not to interfere too much with this world's affairs. That was fine by me, but I had to know the reason why. She said many ecologists find it emotionally overwhelming when they observe the animal kingdom and see the predators hunting and the prey fleeing. But they'll never interfere in the process. Instead, they allow the laws of nature to take precedence over their own emotions. In her own words, some call this being a callous observer, but I think it's merciful at the same time.
Standard of the world's borders. I see things down here I'm gonna listen to. Okay, so holy shit, Skirk. Okay. So Alice be on the payroll of Heavenly Principles. True. Well, she's a descender herself, right? Wacky. Okay.
At one time, he was Master's rival. At another, they were best friends, apparently.
She's an Outlander.
I had hoped he might give me some more information about Master. But the moment he recognized my style of blade work, he got very agitated.
Oh, they met.
And demanded
Okay,
to know Master's whereabouts.
Why the fuck do you have a line about Dory of all
I don't want
people?
to deal with him. Hopefully I don't run into him again anytime soon.
Why the fuck do you have a line about Dory? Okay. About the will of the moon. Wonder what this is.
I once saw the 3 moons of Tevat when I was passing through the false sky. 2 are utterly destroyed. Their lifeless remains drifting aimlessly through space. The one that remains intact shows no signs of life either. But its will has not faded completely. Maybe there's a chance that one day, a glimmer of truth will emerge in the false sky. A truth belonging to this world alone.
Okay. So the 3 moons are physical things, which is good to know. They are literally 3 legitimate things that actually exist. And that is what we saw when we broke open the sky, was the corpse of the moons. It was like the rubble. Yeah, Nicole has a thing. I'm gonna get to that. Glimmer of truth will emerge in the false sky. So when the 3rd moon wakes up, the remaining moon, when that wakes up, whenever that is, okay, interesting. A glimmer of truth will emerge in the false sky. Truth belonging to this world alone. Okay.
I wonder if becoming human was an evolution or regression to her.
Becoming a human?
How did it feel, witnessing the self-destruction of her species firsthand?
Oh.
I considered asking her these questions when we first met, but
Sealy. She's a Sealy.
Given her personality, I thought better of it. I think I'll just leave her alone to work on her sculptures.
Nicole is a Sealy. I'm calling it now. Okay. My perspective in mind, my pursuit of strength seems like an endless, equally endless journey. So while I never stop moving forward, I do try to set milestones for myself along the way. Right. Skirk 3 talks about Venti.
I met a bard once when I was exploring Mondstadt. He taught me how to play music, and dragged me to the tavern to drink with him. I quickly adapted to the feeling of inebriation, and felt completely fine, even as we drank more over the next few days. That bard, though. At some point, I noticed he'd passed out cold in his chair. So I ended up having to pay his bill.
Okay. Oh my god. Faced with the unfathomable vastness of time and space, humanity looks to history books to preserve a place for themselves for the ages, and I think the creator of the sky shared the same desire. Okay. That's interesting. Wacky. Okay, what about Dahlia? Also, Dahlia has some weird shit. Ooh, okay.
It occurred to me recently that your role as honorary knight of Favonius and mine as deacon in the church are similar in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? Both are mostly ceremonial. Both sound like pretty easygoing jobs. Yet we both find ourselves dealing with people's most deeply rooted troubles, helping them cast their burdens to the wind with the aid of the Animo Archon. Ah, what noble people we are. I dedicate this apple cider to us. It is said that after we die, the sons and daughters of the Animo Archon turn into dandelions. Rooted in the ground, our restless spirits yearn for freedom. And so we leap into the air wherever a breeze blows by, hoping to ride the wind into the sky. For those who don't make it far on their journey, they hope to get turned into the strongest dandelion wine, bringing bold change to boring lives through the power of drunkenness. Oh, to be reborn as a dandelion. By the
What's
grace
interesting
of the
about
Animo
this
Archon,
line specifically,
may that happen to me one day.
What's most interesting about that line is the role that alcohol played in Mondstadt specifically. Because back before most written history, Mondstadt was a frozen wasteland, and the only way people survived was via the warmth of alcohol. Dandelion wine, or wine and alcohol, gave like physical warmth to those people to help them survive. And the fact that being reborn as a dandelion in order to be turned into dandelion wine is very important, because that is a sign of protection almost. At least to me, it feels like that.
Venti is a dear friend. Whenever I'm seeking to know the will of the Animo Archon, he's always more than happy to clear things up for me. And when he needs something done but can't attend to it personally, I'll handle it on his behalf. So yeah, overall, I'd say we have a very positive working relationship.
Yeah, you know, just being chummy with God. Okay. That is very, 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 very interesting. Yeah, hey, yeah, go, yo, God, what the fuck do you mean by this? Oh, yeah, you know. It was just like... I was in a phase at that point. I was like, oh, being vague is cool. But then, like, I was like, oh, no, never mind. Imagine. That'd be so fun. Okay. So, next up, what I want to do, actually, is... Yeah, let me explain. I was drunk. That's it. We're gonna guys, start rail. We're just gonna watch the trailer. We're not gonna watch the whole thing. And cool. Let me turn off game music. Audio. Oh. Yeah.
神々よ、ご覧ください。オンパロスは勝利を収め。神々よ、ご覧ください。オンパロスは勝利を収め。再創期が間もなく訪れます。しかし、本当にそうでしょうか。
Oh, hi, Lygus.
最近エルシオンの景色がまぶたの裏をよぎるんだ。
最後の一人になったとしても再創生の偉業を成し遂げて。
Are these auto translated, or is this like? It's a little funky. Yeah, hi, Leo. What? Is it properly translated in the actual stream? Is my question. Yeah, no, it is properly. That's cute.
Kami々よ、ご覧ください。オンパロスは勝利を収め、再創期が間もなく訪れます。しかし、本当にそうでしょうか。
He literally presses pause on it.
最近
What a weirdo.
エルシオンの景色がまぶたの裏をよぎるんだ。
最後の一人になったとしても再創生の偉業を成し遂げてください。
新世界は
That bass goes so hard. That is so destruction vibe. Holy shit. You are so destruction coded. You are 100% that fuck. Oh my god. Oh yeah, it's the fate shit. Okay. I forgot this was happening, to be completely honest. Also, what is propagation doing here? Go away, teaser up. What's lighting up there? Like, she grabs her baseball bat. Okay, that's an interesting sigil. What was that? Who is that? Is that Cyrene? I have observed, thus is the synthesis. Oh, is that the Flame Reaver? Okay, that makes sense. The old sun's embers. Whoa, there's a lot of shit here. Oh, his helmet came off. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so that's Flame Reaver 100%. Because Phynon and Flame Reaver are different, but also the same. Okay, what are you doing here, my dude? Why are you like? Why is Mighty being weird? Okay, whoa, wait. Oh, Mighty might have been the Flame Reaver. But has Mighty been the fucking Flame Reaver the whole time? Have we ever seen them in the same room before? No. I swear to God, if that argument is actually fucking valid, that would be ridiculous. If I could genuinely say, have we ever seen Mighty and the Flame Reaver in the same room before? No. Have we? Okay, that I'm lame. But what is going on with his things here though? Mighty was killed by him. Oh yeah, fuck off. Okay, never mind. Okay. They literally fought each other. Yeah. Hey Estella, what's up, babe? Girl, you all right? She's having a bit of an issue. Okay. 210-436-57. Big number. Still so fucking traumatized. What did she see? Squiggles. 10. Lots of numbers. Number of cycles? Possibly. Full angel mode there. Where the sun is set to die. Now that is so destruction coded. Just everything about that. Interesting.
It's into version.
Oh, did we also get a short at some point?
Nice.
Oh, yeah, okay. So I've seen this.
Ooh, let's take a look at the video clip first.
She gets to go to school, guys. Let her learn long division.
With her school uniform on, Firefly looks more youthful than ever.
She gets to learn long division, guys. I stole that joke is like explicitly from Annalisa Fisher because they tweeted they're like, I kind of wish we would have gotten whatever the other outfit whatever that we've seen Firefly in before, but they were like, I'm glad that she gets to be in a school uniform. Let my baby learn long division. I'm like, so true, bestie. Learn math. Math is dangerous, but also it's adorable for like the idea of someone who's been a child soldier for years to have like a normal fucking experience for once and go to school and learn things that she probably never got to learn. Like, that is so cute. I love that idea. Anyways, I think that is gonna be it for this stream. Those anime schoolgirls and their fucking mech suits. So true, though. So true. Whoa. That was a lot. That was a whole lot. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to, like, I have to sit on that because that's a lot. That's like time fuckery. Time fuckery is hard to put together. It took me like a long ass time to understand what the fuck happened at the end of BioShock Infinite. Yes, and tomorrow and or today, depending on what your time zone is, make sure to drink in honor of Rika, our wonderful mod and community member. Drink to her marriage. Congratulations to her. Yeah, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. Wonderful, wonderful stream. I'm excited for the new HSR version. And yeah, so I thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. So, bye-bye, y'all.